7 o'clock in St. Louis, you are listening to The Morning After, presented to you by Brown and Crouppen on 101 ESPN and the TMA STL YouTube channel. Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Martin Kilcoyne, and Little Jackie Papers on the ones and twos here. Doug, I know you are fired up because you see playoffs in the Cardinals' future.
Hello, wild card, Daddy Likey.
Martin, you like that? Daddy Likey?
I do.
3.5 out.
You like it a little more today than you did on Friday, don't you?
Yeah, how stunning would it be if they actually got into the playoffs?
Well, I got to see what the number is.
They're 3.5 out now.
Tigers did it last year, Doug. They traded at the deadline, said, maybe we're not in it. And then, boom, it sent a jolt into the room. I think the guys are pissed. They said, you don't believe in us? Here we come.
You think that's what it is?
No. They're only 8 behind the Cubs, Doug. Look at that.
Fight.
Just
Cardinals
14 behind the
beat
Brewers now.
Cubbies, that's right. I thought it was
enough to get your rights holder marriage back.
Okay, I was trying to get it.
No. We hold no rights here. Right? None of us are tied to any rights holding. Martin, I guess are there still Fox games? Do you have to do stuff for that? You're more Battlehawks vehicle?
We do occasional pregame shows, but we don't really have to hold the rights for the squad. Although last night, games on ESPN, and a news producer comes into the sports office at Fox 2, and he said, hey, I just saved you. Some guy called the desk, and he was irate. And I said, oh, God, we haven't even been on today. What? He goes, well, not mad at you, but he wanted to talk to you specifically so that you would call down to the ESPN broadcast booth and let them know that Sonny Gray was cheating or something. And this caller had picked up a tell. And I guess this young producer, to his credit, decided that I probably wouldn't be up for it. Although actually I would have. So he said he told the guy, okay, I'll pass it along. And he said, no, I want to talk to him. He said, well, no, I'm not going to do that, sir. And then the guy called the producer an a-hole.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
And then said, that's it. I'm over to Cusimano, and hung up.
So Doug's fired up about that.
So I guess the inference was that I would have been holding rights, that I would have...
You would not have had the balls
to text Carl Ravitch and let him know what's really going on.
Doug, the odds for the Cardinals to win the World Series on Friday were plus 20,000. You put $100 on the Cardinals to win the World Series on Friday. You receive $20,000 in the first week of November when the World Series is completed. Now, after taking 2 or 3 from the Cubs and captivating this market, what do you think the odds are for the Cardinals to win the 2025 World Series?
I'll say plus 20,000.
Martin?
Well, the odds are different than the dollars, correct? Is it like
well, that illustrates the odds.
Right.
So essentially what that means is you're getting 200 to 1 on your money.
200 to 1? I'll say 200 to 1. Doug. That's my Kilcoyne index.
They're plus 30,000 now.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't know how that happened, but good.
a couple more days off the schedule.
I guess that's it.
That's to make the playoffs?
No, if that were the case, the Tam Avenue Capital Partners would be very active. No, that is to win the World Series.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
To win the National League, plus 15,000, if you're interested in that. To win the National League Central, Doug, would you say they were 3.5 out?
14.
Okay.
14.
To win the National League Central, they're plus 30,000. Same odds as winning the World Series.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on that one. I don't think they can make up that kind of ground. But who knows if we can just get hot. Hello, wild card. Daddy Likey.
How about that? Maybe that changes your mind when you hear that. Brewers, for the record, minus 450. Cubs, plus 300. Reds, plus 20,000. That is your National League Central odds. You are welcome to participate in the program in a wide variety of ways. We take your texts on the Air Comfort Service text inbox. Jackson is done, though, with putting names in until September.
Yeah.
That's it.
I hope you got your chance
All right.
last week. If not, you're going to have to wait for it until the first week of September. You can also call in Callier and Thompson phone lines, 314-974-0101. The Air Comfort Service text line is 314-399-9646. And you can participate in the Michelob Ultra YouTube chat. That's at youtube.com/TMASTL, and talk it over with many a friend of the feather.
Sonny Gray on the mound, Doug. You can just about chalk up a W.
He looked great last
They're
night.
13-2 when he pitches at home.
I thought that rain delay was going to snag him.
Well, they were announcing on the game, they said, well, Sonny Gray has not come out, and Ravitch seemed a little concerned that we might have an issue. He said, we're ready to play ball, but we don't have a pitcher. Then he came
7
running out
innings,
there.
gave up 2 hits, struck out 7. He's had a number of starts this year where he's just really been dynamite. That was another one last night.
Overall, when he pitches, they're 12 games over 500.
Here is Sonny Gray on his start last night.
Hit the lever, please, Pale.
Sure.
All right, now, please.
Yeah, I do just think these games are more fun. You play the Dodgers, and you'll play the Dodgers in Dodger Stadium, and it's I enjoy and I appreciate the challenge, and it's kind of like, okay, let me see where I'm at. Let me see where I stack up. So I appreciate that challenge, and tonight it's a similar thing to that as well, right? It's a Sunday night baseball game on national TV against the Cubs in a rivalry, and it's just a little bit more fun. It's just another thing of like, all right, let's see where I stack up. I got all my friends watching. I was like, I'm not trying to look like an idiot out there.
They suck.
Yeah, that's one of the 2 he gave up.
That should have garnered a better media chuckle. I'm a little disappointed. Did you cut out a little before the...
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Oh,
Felt warranted.
what's wrong with the media in this town?
Tried not
Not
to
soft
look-
enough.
Yeah.
It's a great goal. Try not to look like an idiot. I'm going to write that down.
One thing I've noticed over the last week or so since the trade deadline is their bullpen seems to be just fine. They got rid of 3 pieces, and they really haven't had to pay the price for that at all. The guys they've been using have been doing a good job. So it's pretty nice that they could get anything at all for 3 relievers that didn't really seem to change the team very much.
I'll tell you what intrigues me is someone who went into the season wanting to see what they could get from Jordan Walker is what has taken place since the All-Star break. From my standpoint, that's like the real story, being serious, not doing the, plus 30,000 to win the World Series thing. He's at a 797 OPS since the All-Star break. Granted, with no power. I mean, he beat the hell out of a ball the other night, but it's 1 home run since the All-Star break. But only Contreras has a higher OPS on the Cardinals since the All-Star break. And he has been hitting. There has been an adjustment. It was huge last night, and that would be super encouraging if there is something there. And by the way, who is 3rd in OPS for the Cardinals since the All-Star break? Nolan Gorman. So it's Contreras, Walker, Gorman. How do you do? And who's 4th? Another guy who's going to be around, Mason Wynn. So that, to me, speaking from a standpoint of what is, more realistic, which is the long term, that's exciting to see.
Jordan Walker's home run Friday. I mean, it's 1 home run.
Did you call it a piss rocket?
It was mashed, and you see that, and I don't know about you guys, but for me, it's man, it just lights a fire in you a little bit. You're like, man, if you could see that, consistently, how awesome that would be to have a right-handed hitter out in the outfield who could blast it like that. 1 hand, not the 2-hand stuff he's been doing recently. Mm-hmm. It looked just outstanding. It's 1 home run, and I'm not going to freak out about it, but that was...
But he needed a homer because he's been hitting
mashed.
pretty well. He's been getting on, but no power at all. And at some point, big, strong guy, you'd like to see him going deep.
He had the swag when he threw the bat a little bit. It's like, man, this would be incredible to have.
Yeah, you just have to hang with him, I think. You just have to give him at least a couple more years. Gorman, I'm not sure. Maybe.
Had a big game yesterday.
He keeps
Big
coming
hit.
around. Yeah. But Walker, I just don't think there's any way you can give up on him for another couple of years anyway. He's still really young.
Well, I think he's all but penciled in for next year. So if you can see something down the stretch here, that would help. I think it would help not only the team, but also the fan base. If you're going to say, here's who we're rolling with, you want to give them something to believe in.
That was a Poison song in 1989, am I right? Or was it 91?
I just don't know the years. I just don't. I wish I did. I wish I
Something to
could
believe in. I wouldn't mind that. Maybe Poison for Music Theme Monday. I don't know if you already got something in your...
Well, obviously, Gilman will come back with next segment, but
Sure,
then after
obviously.
that...
Yeah, Billy Gilman.
But then it feels like a Poison Monday.
Brett Michaels.
What if we made it like Pops type bands? The music venue Pops?
Yeah,
Don't act like
gotcha.
you haven't been there. Poison.
Okay.
Would be a Pops band at this
For
point.
sure.
Martin Gorman has no arm. That's from Lisa, and Jackson describes her as a gem.
All I said is he had a big moment last night. Was I carrying Gorman rights? I don't know. You could have hit for him too last night, but he came through, put it through the hole. That was a fun, well played game after the 2 Fox game on Saturday, which was horrific.
I enjoyed the ninth inning play. I think it was the ninth where the Cubs runner tried to steal the base, and they had to review it to see if he was out or safe, and it was really hard to tell.
Johnny Birdie.
Yeah, and they decided he's out, and the next guy up gets a base hit that would have tied the game. And it looked to me almost like Sajasi's glove is what knocked his hand off the base. I don't think you can really do that, can you? I mean, we'll take it. Help the Cardinals get a win. You know the tag play I'm talking about?
Yeah, it looked like he was out immediately. They punched him out.
Yeah.
And then the first replay, and Eduardo Perez was all in. Oh, he's safe. He's safe. And then they did about 48 replays in a row, and they said, ooh, I think he's out.
Because his hand came off the base.
Came up.
But it looked like it came off the base because of the tag.
I didn't see it that way. I don't know. You could be right, Doug. You're a baseball savant. But at one point, it took forever. You realized there wasn't going to be enough to overturn it. It was a big moment.
Yeah.
Wow, an MLB player hit a ball hard. Time for Slurpees all around. Doug, that is, unfortunately, from the 636, did not get his name saved last week.
Yeah, well, just label him Jackson Jackwagon, if you would. If you would. The guy hit a home run. He needed to hit a home run. That's all we said.
Go give us a Slurpee because they were trying hard.
Anyone think with Arenado gone, the team is better? Everybody has more defined rules. That's from the 618.
I asked Ollie on Friday about his plan. He's down in Florida, and I said, is your expectation he'll be back? He said, yeah. And then I said, because we got a wager on the show, and I need him to get more than .5.
Oh, yeah, that's right. What do we bet?
I don't think it was any
Jackson,
money
are you
involved.
keeping a book on that?
I do keep a book. But I don't
Doug and I
have
voted that he would have at
dollar value
least
on it.
one at bat.
Yeah.
What did I give you, $20 in cash or $20 in Venmo?
Venmo, and it's appreciated.
Well, hey, I lost the bet. You got to pay the bet.
Yeah. But
I need to know if I owe Martin and Doug money.
I think it's just a friendly on-air wager.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, but I thank you because that Venmo reminded me I had more Venmo money in there. So it was like
there's a Ledoux brag.
It was like a windfall.
Talk about it. Let's talk about our portfolios in the next segment.
It's a real windfall.
Your Chevy Chase, you just got checks laying around, Caddyshack for thousands of dollars. You just don't need them.
$90,000.
Between baseball, soccer, and Shane Gillis downtown was buzzing Saturday. Parking still an issue, but that can be addressed eventually. Doug, that's from Mongo.
Okay. Nice little positive outlook on things. We can get this parking wrapped up.
I would love to see the Cardinals relocate to Puerto Rico and have Yadi become manager. That's from Mr. Licks.
Okay, Licks.
That might be a condition of the job. They got the Yadi bump, much like the TMA bump. There's a Yadi bump.
I don't know that they're better without Arenado. I think they just got some really good starting pitching. Palante got lit up on Saturday, but both Gray and McGreevy were dynamite against the Cubs.
Awesome.
That's how you win games.
Yeah.
And there's another guy down the stretch. You want to see him perform well, so you have something you're hanging your hat on other than, hey, we got these former first-round picks that we have to play. You want to see something from him that you can believe in.
Boy, did he take one off the chest in that first inning on Friday.
Yeah.
God, that would hurt.
I was thinking, remember the Pronger play in Detroit? I was like, I wonder, and on the broadcast they were talking about you got to monitor that situation. I mean, that was a rocket right off the chest.
Oh, like first inning. Like, how do you do? Oh, man.
Were you at the game, Jackson? It sounded like great detail. I felt like Friday you're locked in on.
I was
Just
more
extra
locked,
heaping helping of Adderall?
I was more locked in on Friday than I was the other two games.
What was
But
going
you
on
were
on
not
Friday
there.
with you?
I was over at some friend's house, you know.
Private Citizen Pete.
I eventually hung out with Private Citizen Pete. I hung out with two different
What
friends.
about the well-hung Herb?
Oh, Herb's still... actually, Herb's in Greece. Shout out to Herb.
These Ledoux guys are just all over the world.
Herb didn't go to Ledoux, nor did Private Citizen Pete. So, I mean,
But they hang out with you where the money just falls out of your pockets.
Right.
Well, it falls out of my Venmo sometimes.
It's private equity season in the Central Corridor.
Hang out with millionaires, you become a millionaire.
I will say, the City Connects grow on me every single time they wear them. It's a pretty solid uniform. For an
What
alternate
about the
uniform.
Navy cap on Sundays? Because we're told they don't wear a Navy cap on the road because cardinal birds are red.
Yeah, that makes no sense. I don't love a two-toned hat. I like the hat to be the same color throughout, cap and brim, personally. And the City Connect, they flopped really hard with the hat.
Yeah, I share that opinion.
It's a Lambert Airport hat. It's a hat you get at Hudson News.
I like that.
Yeah. If they just put the fleur-de-lis on the hat, they would have had a home run, no pun intended.
Looks like the Blues got that, though. Beat them to it, eh?
I know, 100%. You had the opportunity. They put it right there on the sleeve, not on the hat.
Give me another Lambert Airport.
I really enjoyed that comparison.
I think
Yeah.
you got something. Workshop it a little bit. I think there's something there.
That's what that hat looks
So
like.
maybe you land here because you don't really want to come here, but you're on your way somewhere else.
Yeah, it's like unlicensed St. Louis gear. It just says STL on it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
just
no
a
good.
generic.
Yeah, no good.
Just like a pennant. There's no team name on it.
State.
Hey, baseball.
State U.
Didn't that show Coach? Was that Craig T. Nelson?
Craig T. Nelson, sure.
Didn't
Was
they-
that Jerry Van Dyke as well?
I believe
You're
so.
right.
Yeah.
Jerry with a G?
Doug?
And I think
I don't know. We
feel
can
like
look
some
it
show
up.
prep, maybe.
Dog,
Why don't we
go
try
on.
some show
I feel
prep
like their
this week?
sweatshirts just said State on them.
Well, there's like
Coach.
in Departed, like they don't have a lot of the licensing deals.
Jerry with a J, by the way.
Oh, all right. I take it back.
And it's just
Okay.
like, it just says like Boston Sport, like on the t-shirts, you know.
The hat does suck so bad. All they can do was STL on it. Whoever designed that's horrible. That's from Thrilla in Manila.
It's the only downside of the uniform. Otherwise, I think it's really good.
A Lambert Airport hat may be the best description of the City Connect hat I've ever heard. That's from the Never Ending Wipe. Gold star for Jackson.
Thanks, guys.
I really did enjoy the Lambert.
Yeah, that's what you get at Hudson News.
I think you channel little Joe Strauss there with a little Lambert.
Oh, Hooterville?
Yeah.
Who is Hudson, and what's he doing with all these news stores?
I don't know, but whoever he is, he's got a real monopoly on
Dakota Hudson.
$8 water bottles. Yeah, it's Dakota Hudson. He throws sinkers.
Is there a
and then-
markup on those?
Yeah, God, you want some pretzels?
Yes,
Good luck.
Oh.
And I think he pivoted well because the news industry, not as profitable or as available as it used to be.
Yeah, that periodical section there is really, really small now. You can get a couple magazines if you want.
Another great take by Jackson. This take and his take on dogs. That's from the Francis Park Mermaid.
I'm done talking about dogs for the rest of the quarter.
You've been instructed by counsel.
For the rest of the quarter.
Yeah, that's about a good time to reset on it.
They talk about 80-20 issues. This is like a 95-5 issue.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Your hatred of dogs?
Well, he's in the 5% probably.
Yeah, hatred seems strong. General disinterest.
Which is a little odd. It's a little odd.
I get it. I'm in the 5, as Doug said.
On Mondays, we take phone calls, Doug, and I know that excites you to go to the Callie and
does.
Thompson phone lines, 314-974-0101. Load them up. You can also text in anytime, and many are doing so already at 314-399-9646. Air Comfort Service is the sponsor of the text inbox. Michelob Ultra is the sponsor of our YouTube chat at youtube.com/TMA. STL. And we welcome you to get involved by emailing in as well for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Design Air is online at DesignAirService.com. Doug's a client. Martin's a client. I'm a client. And Doug, I got bad news for you. This weekend's going to be hotter than the fires of hell.
Oh. Well, Design Air did me right this weekend.
Oh, you had an issue?
Oh, I sure did. I came home Saturday night from a wedding shower for my youngest son at the palatial estate of Tom Briggs. Got into my house. Air conditioner gone, about 88 degrees in there. Oh my God.
No. What
Air
about the
conditioner-
Barnoff region?
Well, I had wound up having to sleep a little in the Barnoff region.
Industrial fans.
Yeah. But so I called old Seth Goldcamp on Sunday. Had someone right out there. The dashing Steve came out there.
Was he a silver fox as well?
Yes.
Really?
Fixed the run capacitor in short order. I got what I want, man. It's working just fine. Thank you, Seth. And the great team at Design Air.
No surprise. That's Design Air Heating and Cooling. Sponsor of the email today, the morning after at InsideSTL.com, online at DesignAirService.com. Dogs are great. Dog owners suck. And if you have a cat, you can go F yourself. Doug, that's Chairman Steve in
gosh.
Wildwood giving his official.
I think more people have cats now than dogs. I think we crossed that threshold a few years ago.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Who did that Gallup poll?
I guess some veterinarians.
Well, I think that pure numbers, people are more likely to have multiple cats.
Yeah. And they're
than
easier.
Multiple dogs.
Cats are easier.
Didn't we used to quiz the skipper? We'd say, how many dogs and cats at the house? Right now, about 10 each. I'm like, what?
I don't care about the Cardinals game, the City game, or Shane Gillis. Downtown is a giant impacted colon. Doesn't matter what's going on down there. That's from the Warson Woods Wacko, and he was not amazed by what we saw on Saturday night in downtown St. Louis.
An impacted colon?
Oh, boy. What time is it? 7:19.
The Chamber of Commerce isn't using that slogan, are they?
I don't think it's taken.
Visit St. Louis. St. Louis tourism. We're an impacted colon. That's not going to bring people here.
Never know.
Get involved. Many are doing so, and there's so many different ways to do so on the program. YouTube, watch it. Talk it over with other friends who have gathered, like John Scores, who just has made an announcement that he hates cats.
Oh, gosh.
YouTube.com/TMASTL. Load up the phone lines. We're going to them next. Callier and Thompson, 314-974-0101. This is TMA 101 ESPN. Colorado Rockies. But tonight, Doug, those Colorado Rockies are in St. Louis, and maybe they can make it 8 straight.
Yeah, they've cobbled together a neat little 7-game losing trend and now sit just 37.5 back of the Dodgers.
And only 57 below 500. So the Cardinals will have an opportunity to continue to try to get healthy and find themselves in a playoff race. It is TMA, presented to you by Brown and Crouppen on 101 ESPN. Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Martin Kilcoyne with you on the program. Jackson Burkett, DBA Movie Boy, is on the 1s and 2s, and we welcome you to call in. We are loading up phone lines here on a Monday morning. Callier and Thompson, the sponsor of them, 314-974-0101. You can also participate in the Michelob Ultra YouTube chat, youtube.com/TMASTL. Miles Michaelis, friend of the program, who won a lot of support from the audience with his interview on this show on Friday morning, gets the ball. Doug, do you know who's starting for the Colorado Rockies?
Well, I'd have to look it up.
I will save you the time.
Okay.
The gentleman's name is Chase Dollander.
Oh, you don't want anything to do with him.
Well, he has had himself a rough year. So the Rockies,
why do you say that?
Well, the Rockies sent him down. And you would think perhaps he got right, so they're calling him back up to the major leagues. But at AAA Albuquerque, he dazzled in his 4 starts with a 7.04 ERA.
Bring him up.
And so he is being rewarded with a start tonight.
Probably a hitter's ballpark.
St. Louis.
Timmy hasn't pitched at the big league level since July 6th. That was against the White Sox, which is a loaded lineup.
That is.
3 2/3, 3 runs. So reasonable. The inning, the start before that, 2 2/3, 6 runs.
This
bet the over?
Martin, I was looking at it. 8.5 is your total tonight in St. Louis.
That's a big one.
Former Tennessee Volunteer, Chase Dollander.
That's correct. And considered to be, his average velocity is 97.5. He can throw it. I just don't know what the movement or location is on it. He had 10 walks to 17 strikeouts down at AAA for the 4 starts that impressed the Rockies front office enough with the 7.04 a year. You had to bring him back up.
Don't waste any bullets.
I had a little TMA post game with Miles Michaelis on Friday because I was in the locker room after he'd made his radio appearance.
Yes.
And we were talking about it. And he said, you know what, man, like after a bad start, he goes, I could come in here. He goes, I could just throw a chair against the wall. He goes, and sometimes you do that. He goes, and a little while later, he goes, you just kind of feel bad about it. He goes, but I guess if you're a fan, just throw out a terrible tweet or something. He goes, I don't know. Do they feel bad about it? And I said, probably not.
No.
If you missed it, I think it's an interesting deep dive, not into all ball players, but into his personal approach or his psyche about it. You can sit there and just, slit your wrist in front of the camera or just say, what am I supposed to do? And I said to him, you know what the question often is if you have a bad outing? I said, just hypothetically, he goes, right, man, right. And I said, the only question to ask you after the game as a media member is, why so bad? And he goes, right. He goes, what are you going to say? Yeah. And that is kind of where we are at. But I thought he did a good job explaining his take.
Well, the 6-1 Hate, who apparently has been a longtime texter here, Brad Thompson, a big fan. He'll join us, by the way, on the Stiefel dossier at 9:30. Said that we would, get on our knees, I believe actually was the phrase for Miles Michaelis, because we would hold rights. And I said, 6-1 Hate. This is your opportunity. Whatever questions you want me to ask, I will ask. I don't care how mean, how asinine they are. You can interview Miles Michaelis. And I believe the question he asked is, how does it feel to keep a young starter from having a job? Something along those lines. And that led to what was a pretty blunt answer, which was, I was a young guy and I was getting blocked at one time. And he goes, it doesn't feel great when you don't pitch well, but it does feel pretty great to be a major leaguer. And so you just want to pitch as well as you possibly can. I think the one thing, and I actually, I only learned it through seeing it, which, for the record, I consider to be incredibly pathetic. But when I was 23 and just started working at KMOV with Doug in 2000, I would go down to the clubhouse, and I was more upset about losses than the team was. And I thought, that's a little strange. And it doesn't change my perspective that it was a little strange on my part, even though it's now been a quarter century. But the thing that you learn is if you do this 162 nights, and for the Cardinals, oftentimes would go into 170 nights, you can't possibly get that emotionally distraught over a loss. And you also can't get that emotionally high over a win. You have to maintain some semblance of emotional equilibrium, and you especially have to do that if you're a pitcher, in particular, a closer. So I understand how fans may not necessarily see that, because I personally had to see it firsthand to understand it, but that doesn't mean that they don't care. It just is something that you realize if you do this for a living and you've played 1,000 baseball games at the major league level, inevitably, if you're lucky, you will lose 400 of them. And there's a good chance you will lose many more than that. So if you're freaking out about every one of those, it's really not a pleasant way to exist. So you learn to handle it. If you're a great baseball player and a position player, you're probably going to make it out 7 out of 10 times. So you learn to handle it and try to battle through it. And on top of it, it's nice when you have 9 figures in the bank.
Yeah, you just got a paycheck for $87,000. I mean, I could be too upset. I imagine even most of the guys on the Colorado Rockies are happy as can be. I'm in the major leagues. Team's bad. Yeah, I don't like that. But here I am in the big leagues. What are you doing with your life?
And I think most of us would say, God, if I were Michaelis, I'd be happy I'm making all that money. And he basically said, hey, I'm got a pretty good life. I want to pitch better. I don't feel good about it, but got a pretty good life.
And when you're the one playing, and you know that if you did your best and it just didn't work out, you can usually deal with that. I mean, it's one thing if it's a playoff game, you just got eliminated or something. That'd be different. But just for most games over the course of the season, if you went out there and gave it everything you had and you just lost, you can deal with that. You better be able to, or you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
And Tim, when you think about how fans take it, like it means a lot to them. My mom told me, a friend of hers, they were talking the other night on Friday night, so Yadi Molina is back at Busch. I was talking to my mom about it on Saturday, and he said, oh, I know, my friend so-and-so cried. I said, she what? She said, oh, she saw him on the TV and she started crying. And I said, well, I had to interview him and I started crying. What? But I guess people do feel that passionate, that connect. God bless them for having that passion.
Yeah.
Have you ever cried, Doug?
Give up on my
This is Doug in 2008.
I cried after a sporting event when I was, I think, 7 years old, and we lost the league championship because the umpire was bad.
What about when the St. Louis Hawks moved?
I was very upset. I don't think I cried.
Okay.
No, I didn't cry.
I was like, that's...
But I guess, with the Cardinals, there's a lot of people that is their daily entertainment from April to October, every night. They religiously watch. They live and die with these guys, and it really is an important part of their life. It might be too important if you're crying just at the sight of someone.
Martin's mom's friend just took a hit.
But
I was in shock. I said, well, why would she? She goes, well, she was just happy to see him. And I said, and she cried. It's Yadi or Molina.
Yeah.
There he is, Doug. Did you weep when you saw him in the uniform?
I didn't. Maybe I should have. It'd be kind of weird if all the media people were broken down in tears when the players came on.
I loved the honesty that Michael has shared on TMA Friday. His happiness and contentment is evident in his tone and statements. He's quote-unquote good, and he knows it. And by good, he knows that he's got a good life, and he knows it.
Well, he's been a mostly 500 pitcher for his career, and that'll keep you around in the big leagues for a long time, and he has been here for a long time. There's nothing to be ashamed about for that career.
And if you go locker to locker in any professional team's locker room, you're going to get some guys who are punching things when they lose, some guys who are throwing things, some guys who are just in the tank anytime things go poorly, and there are other guys who are kind of happy-go-lucky. Mm-hmm. You're going to go up and down the room and get different reactions.
Let's do this, Martin. Who in your career, so this can extend beyond St. Louis, do you recall taking either losses or an individual performance hard on a relatively regular basis?
Gosh, I mean, LaRusse is number one in terms of like each game meaning so much.
I don't know who
that
could
was
top
bizarre.
that.
I think Jocketty would even make fun of him. Like, geez, it's one game. Who cares? Loosely. Oh, as a player.
Anybody stand out to you guys? I'm trying to think.
I don't remember anybody really throwing bats and helmets and wanting to scuffle. I don't.
We did weekly
Any names
segments.
come to
I was in
mind?
Madison, Wisconsin. We had a commitment, a sponsor deal with Brett Favre every Monday. And at the beginning of the year, he said, I'm going to tell you something right now. He said, on Mondays, if we lost and I threw a bad interception, he said, you can ask me about it. He said, because you know what? I probably will. And I was like, all right, fair enough.
Why are you so pissy, Leon? Why are you so pissy?
I'm not. I'm just answering your...
Yeah, you are. Whenever I ask you a question.
I gave you an answer.
Not very good one.
I don't know the nature of that relationship today. Those two. That's a great question. I mean, Chris Carpenter was the ultimate competitor, and he was intense. But I don't remember. He was also pretty like monotone post game. So
He was this kind of the same way, even when on days he didn't pitch.
Right. I'm saying he was always that same, very intense. You kind of just tiptoed around him. But I don't remember him being overly. I mean, Albert was another intense competitor, and especially a playoff game, if they lost, you go into that room, you knew he'd be a little pissy, but he was the ultimate competitor. Gosh, I'm trying to think if somebody would just get eaten alive. And they got guys like Kleiner who could probably and did lose game-ending, season-ending moments.
Back-to-back years.
And it was hard to be in that position, but he really ultimately was the same guy all the time, jacking around.
Well, they're not happy at the Michelob Ultra YouTube chat with the conversation, Doug. Let's see. Tinsel's baby daddy? Not Tinsel's your dog that was promiscuous?
Yeah, a little slutty, little poodle. Back in the 70s, things were different.
So we're fans of Michaelis because he's below average and he's happy about it? That's from Tinsel's baby daddy.
You don't have to be a fan of his failing performance, but you can appreciate the honesty.
But we never got any financial support from the sire of one of Tinsel's puppies.
The sire.
Mm-hmm.
The greatest line about Michaelis was probably a month ago when he was on, and then somebody texted and said, I want this guy DFA'd immediately, but I also want him to join the show.
Michaelis cares about nothing. That's from the Hamburglar, Doug. He's in the Michelob Ultra YouTube chat.
Do you know we have the best fans in baseball in St. Louis?
Oh, that's awesome.
It is awesome. Well, if the players can get over it, why can't the fans? If the players have it all in pretty good perspective, certainly Michaelis does. Why can't the fans?
All right, let me. I believe. Where do you think
I think we're on the same page.
Where do you think I was going?
I would
The
say
papers and
I agree with Doug, but detractors would say that's what the money's for. Like they get paid a lot of money, so it's easier to swallow a loss if you get paid a lot of money.
So
that's what detractors.
So my
would say.
question, because my belief is you can trace everything back to money, sex, or religion. And Doug, check this out. It's like I'm tweeting right in front of you. Full stop.
Oh gosh, I guess you're serious.
Yeah, that's when you know I mean business.
Okay.
And what if Miles Michaelis were making $75,000 a year? Would the anger still be there?
Probably so. Probably so.
You're
out of
saying
your effing mind.
I think
you're
people
saying
are
there's
so
Tim
hung
saying
up.
there's a jealousy. You're saying
Yes,
it doesn't matter. The
period.
Cardinal players,
That's it.
they're mad at him. Period.
Hey, I'll
Tim
do
is
full
saying,
stop again. That's 2 full stops in 40 seconds. Two
Yeah,
full
that's
stops.
too many. I think people get upset with players who aren't making a fortune when they don't perform. The money's got something to do with it, of course, but I don't think that's everything.
There's less vitriol towards a player that's making less. If they're making a lot of money and they fail, they get really mad. I mean, Matt Holliday became a punching bag for a while because he got the contract before Albert did. And it was a smart move by the Cardinals. They thought we may not be able to re-sign Albert. Better have Holliday locked up, and they did. And remember, he was not very popular. I don't know if Matt's even aware of that, but I think a lot of people were mad. Hey, that's Albert's money. It had nothing to do with performance. A lot of it was about the money.
Don Pepe says, when your veterans don't care, that's a problem. That's in the Michelob Ultra YouTube chat.
They care. They care when they're out on the field. As he said, the one thing he never wanted to do was let down his teammates. They care. But then when it's over, they can go about their lives and be normal people. You can do both. If somebody makes a mistake on the field, strikes out or something, you see that initial doggone it, a curse word or whatever, but they get over it. They don't carry it 3 hours down the road.
It matters. It matters.
Yes, it matters.
Frank often yells at the players and tells them when they say they didn't care.
JFC, Doug, you must have recently received a fresh new Cardinal Merit Badge. That's from the 636, and you've just been called a rights holder.
What did Doug say? I'm new here. What did you say, Doug?
I'm not sure, but I'm happy to have that badge.
How about this from Eric in the Central West End? A little balance. Michaelis has a great body.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
And that's Jackson.
Just agreed rather quickly. This is getting awkward when he joins the show.
That's a compliment.
Yeah.
Well, he's a professional athlete. Most of them do.
Sometimes in baseball, you catch the. Sometimes you're like, wow, that guy looks like he's a couple sandwiches away from being a little hefty. I'm just saying, some people.
You leave my guy.
You said it, not me.
Wow, and wow. You leave him out of your mouth.
I liked him catching on Saturday.
Love that guy. I talked to him on Friday about the art of pinch hitting. He said, I never really did it before. I go, well, it's working out.
Yeah. Almost none of them ever do. You don't get to the major leagues by being a pinch hitter in the minors.
Steven Time, a few people have texted this in. BK and Ferrario had Ali Marmol in studio on Friday. What a great get. And apparently the TMA text line was up. Steven Time just texted this in, but I've seen a few people texting it in. Marmol staring at the text line. Then PK goes, oh, that's from the morning show. I think you know what goes on there.
Oh,
I got to find that.
No.
He was reading the text line down at spring training, and I believe
the YouTube chat.
I believe what he said was, Ollie, what's your favorite fry? This guy's cute as a button. Yeah,
yes.
Sweet guy.
As he was, we got
some audio. We're gonna have to.
I'm gonna have to do some digging.
Doug, do you like the way that he said it? Because that conveyed, really, without saying it, that there was going to be some exertion.
Yeah, I see digging. Excavate. I'm going to excavate for all.
This guy's a grinder over here.
Thank you. I just need some recognition.
The 618 who got to ask Miles Michaelis questions
Took
on
him a while
Friday.
to get to that question.
Just wrote in, Michaelis is worthless. So I guess after the interview, they didn't necessarily hit it off. The 618 is back. Brad Thompson's guy. Brad Thompson with us at 9:30. Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today coming your way at 10:45. Let me take a look at these standings, Doug, as we approach the midway point of the month of August. Self-made stay-at-home Ledoux mom tied with Kevin Miller. Tied with Buck. Hold on a second. It's like CompuScore. They just were updated. The standings are just updated.
Nice. Sometimes I just need a little reminder.
Buck Swope is leading with 2 wins. Self-made stay-at-home Ledoux mom, Kevin Miller, listener to be named later, and Bill Riley all have 1 win. You can compete the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Get involved on the program. Call in. Callier and Thompson phone lines, 314-974-0101. Text in. Air Comfort Service text inbox, 314-399-9646. And then join in the conversation on YouTube. Go to TMA STL's channel, and you will be joined by many other friends. 220 are in there this morning at youtube.com/TMA STL. And if you want to talk with some older friends, you can go to the 101 ESPN chat. It's up to you. We don't discriminate, Doug. There are 2 different options, though.
Okay.
So it's youtube.com/TMA STL. The program is called The Morning After, presented to you by Brown and Crouppen on 101 ESPN.
In the market for a new vehicle, AutoLoanPro.com is the website to head to. Doesn't matter your situation, whatever your circumstances are, they're going to help you get into that new vehicle. Little to no money down. They're going to work hard to get you the best rate possible. They can do that because Auto Loan Pro works with over 50 different lenders. Auto Loan Pro also helps you understand the credit industry, get you back on track so you're buying the car while also fixing your credit. You can do that by simply downloading the playbook. It's available at autoloanpro.com. Go to the website, scroll down, check out that playbook, something they put together for you to understand how it all works. No matter what the situation is, you'll get yourself a new car. Auto Loan Pro is part of the Lita family. Anyone could sell you a car, but only one thing is true. A pro does it right. Choose the Auto Loan Pro. That's the autoloanpro.com. That's the website again for your next vehicle. Get that car this time, and then the next time around, like, hey, I get it now. I know how this works. I'll be able to buy that car the next time. autoloanpro.com.
This is Jackson with the Sports Center updates, driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. The Cardinals win last night, taking 2 of 3 from the Chicago Cubs. The Cardinals are back in action this evening, 6:45 p.m. first pitch against the Rockies. Miles Michaelis taking the mound for the Redbirds. That was another Sports Center update, driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
Oh, wow. I mean, is this the heavy petting anthem?
Doug?
Well, I don't know what the anthem is.
Tell me this doesn't put it in perspective.
Is this a popular slow dance song?
At St. Gabriel's, you better believe it.
Yeah. There's a lot of slow dancing at St. Gabriel's. I guess, well, that goes till 8th
What do you
grade?
think we were doing, going to raves?
Well, I don't know that I ever slow danced in grade school.
Well, that goes till 8th grade,
You
right?
didn't party as hard as we did on the South Side.
clearly I did
63109 don't play.
So this has been like 6th, 7th, 8th grade time?
Sure.
Okay. When I hear grade school, I think elementary school, kindergarten through 5th. That's my confusion.
That's a Catholic public thing that's always
Gotcha.
different when you say grade school.
Yeah.
I agree. That comes up. Tim, would the kids pull out their lighters in 7th grade when this song played?
The guy who was driving to 8th grade probably did.
You had a driver in 8th grade, you said?
Yep.
In a mustache and everything?
He did, actually. Peach Fuzz.
And you're
as
supposed
is
to
the
be-
brand.
Vianney.
8th grade, you're supposed to be, what, 13? 14?
That's right.
Yeah.
And Tim, was he grabbing 15 boards a game for St. G?
At least.
He was on the Danny Almonte plan. It's TMA 101 ESPN. The show's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. Brad Thompson will be joining us coming up at 9:30 on the Stiefel dossier. You are welcome to participate as Chairman Kurt is manning the Callinger and Thompson phone lines, 314-974-0101. Chairman Kurt, I will have my phone in front of me to see who is on the line so I won't miss your texts. 314-974-0101. That is how you can text or call in. Text in 314-399-9646. Doug, I have found the odds from the Spread Zone sponsor, FanDuel, for the Cardinals to just make the playoffs. To just make the playoffs now. 3.5 back of a wild card. And I know you love guessing games. What would you set the number at?
Well, it was plus 20,000 to
win the World Series.
Win the World Series.
Now it's plus 30,000 to win the World Series.
30.
Plus 15,000 to win the National League pennant. This is just to make the playoffs. You don't have to win a game.
Okay.
You just got to make the playoffs.
How about plus 6,000?
Martin Kilcoyne.
This is just to make the playoffs.
You can be the number 6 seed, and you can collect your cash, assuming you're willing to go over to Illinois, because we've got somebody carrying the torch for video poker and gas stations.
Plus 2,500.
Jackson Burkett, also known as Movie Boy.
Martin took my number.
Oh, thanks.
So I'll go plus 3,200.
Chairman Kurt, production manager of Sound Story, and manning the Callier and Thompson phone lines. What is your
Often
number?
getting yelled at.
I'm just going to recuse myself from this one.
Oh, because you've seen it.
No, but I'm not locked in. I don't really know.
I would have gone with I've seen it. That would have fooled us.
Yeah, I would have folded right there.
Honesty.
Gentlemen, you put $100 on the Cardinals to make the playoffs, and if they do, you will receive $880.
That's it?
I'm just telling you what the number is. That's per FanDuel.
Okay.
Maybe there's some metrics there with their schedule or something.
Certainly, they've got 3 friendly ones coming up. The Cincinnati Reds, who are ahead of them, are plus 360 to make the playoffs. And I'll tell you where they're not happy.
Where?
In New York. I don't know what the hell has happened to the Mets.
They loaded up at the deadline.
Yeah, they got no Bulls.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about it. The Mets right now are still minus money to make the playoffs. So you bet 300, they make the playoffs. You win 100. But they are in the midst of a Colorado Rockies tying 7-game losing streak, except they're actually participating this year.
Yeah, trying to.
Well, the Mets ran into the Brewers. Can't mess with the Brewers. There's Milwaukee's
9 in a row.
17-4 since the All-Star break. And it doesn't matter who it is. Isaac Collins taking Edwin Diaz deep. Ryan Helsley blew the lead in the 8th.
Mets were up 5-0 at one point.
Yeah.
We can catch this Met squad.
Nice.
They're only 8 over.
If we could just get hot, we could finish in third place and get a playoff spot.
Do you like run? There's a slogan. A little big for a bumper. Do you like run differential as an indicator of a team and their success rate?
Well, it's one marker. I'll listen to it. Sure.
Okay. Colorado Rockies. Minus 329.
Yeah, that's about.
They've scored 329 less runs than they've given up. Do you think anybody else is minus 300, Doug?
No.
How about minus 200?
I wouldn't think so.
No. There's only one other team that is even minus 100, and that's the Nationals are minus 143.
I can't stand this team. They got no balls. Okay? I want teams with balls. I want guys with balls.
He might be calling back in. He might be their Pestis because they've lost 7 in a row in New York.
Well, that's good news for the Cardinals because the Mets are the team the Cardinals are now chasing. They were 63-48. Now they are 63-55. Cardinals with a golden opportunity here to, at the very least, be 62-60 by the time the New York Yankees come to town, and that's been a debacle as of late as well. So they're not happy in Bronx, they're not happy in Queens, they're not happy in New York.
No.
Then you got to bang it out. You got to hit. You got to hit.
Okay. You look at the Cardinals' schedule and try to figure out where wins are going to come from, and you just can't do that. I don't think with any hope to be accurate at all. Who would have thought they'd take 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers? Who would think they would going to beat the Cubs 2 out of 3, or lose 3 in a row to Arizona, or lose 2 out of 3 in Colorado? I think the best hope is to play teams you're battling in the wild card spot. Those are the games you got to win.
Well, they're going to get
the opportunity. They do have some games against those teams.
They're going to get their opportunity. Yeah. Exactly right.
They play the Reds quite a bit still. They got 3 more against the Cubs late. And they got some against, I saw New York, but that's the Yankees. So,
what if that final series of the season at Wrigley Field determines a playoff spot? Hello again, everybody. Hello again, everybody.
Hello again, everybody.
Well, hi, Tim.
Boy,
now you'll have a decision to make because that would be the same weekend that Missouri hosts UMass.
Well, I wouldn't have a decision. I'd watch the Cardinals.
Whoa, you're not a true son.
If they're trying to get into the playoffs, a playoff game against with implications against the Cubs as opposed to UMass when they're just coming here to look at leaves, yes, I'd watch the Cardinals.
ILL has USC in Champaign.
Oh, have they?
That's going to be cool.
How do you do?
Yeah.
Storied rivals from conference days gone by.
Yeah. Oh, the games I used to have in the 1930s. Well, yes, I would watch the Cardinals. I'm going to Chicago. Stand up. That's what Ollie Momar will
Thinking
tell
about going to
speech.
the Illinois-Ohio State game just to see that.
Ooh, nice.
Tilt.
Where is that one?
October 11th, I want to say, in Champaign.
That's Mizzou, Alabama. Shows where your alignment is.
Well, that's at 11. That'll be done by
yeah, that's true.
1:30.
Don't get me started. Genius statement, Doug. So they should beat the teams ahead of them. Go run in Forest Park and get attacked by dogs. That's Chairman Steve in Wildwood.
Yeah. I was just trying to think. Sometimes we look at the schedule and we think, we can win 2 out of 3 there, and they got a chance to sweep that series, but it just doesn't work that way. When you think you got it figured out, it goes the exact opposite way.
Well, who has it figured out is Pestis from Festus, and he is on the Callier and Thompson phone lines. Good morning, Pestis.
Good morning, gentlemen. How we doing?
Oh, we're fine. You?
I'm doing great.
All right.
Doug?
Yeah.
This is going to be a magic week.
Why is that?
Well, we got to play the Rockies. I want 3 out of 3 from the Rockies.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Then we play the Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be happy if we can get 2 out of 3 from the Yankees.
Sure.
With that magic week, you'll be up on top of the dugout dancing.
You think I will be?
You get up on top of the dugout and dance?
A few times I've done that. Slinged a few T-shirts into the crowd. So 5 out of 6, you'd be happy with 5 out of 6?
Oh, yes, I would be happy with 5 out of 6.
I think anyone would be.
Strong call.
Yes, of course. That'd be great.
It's a joke.
Now, I got a question. I got something for Action Jackson over there.
Have you had a chance to listen to the podcast Movie Boy, Pestis?
No, and don't care to.
Oh, I won't use that for the promo.
It's fair. Actually, I might.
Jackie, you looking for the buzzer over there?
No, it's fine.
Fine.
It's not required listening.
Hey, Jackie,
yes, Pestis.
Why don't you like dogs?
Why don't I?
No. Yeah.
I did swear off this for a quarter, but I guess I'll address it quickly. Was kind of scared of them as a kid, and now as I've grown into adulthood, I just have a general disinterest in them. Would never want to own one. I don't feel the same connection that some people do, clearly.
Oh, it's not because they keep running up to you and peeing on your leg?
No, I don't even think that's ever happened. They do like to jump up and lick you, and some people are like, "Oh, don't worry, dog's mouth is cleaner than humans." Wrong.
That is
No
wrong.
possible
Yeah.
way that's true.
No, yeah, that's not true.
That's true. I got a 9-year-old dog that I just adore, and he jumps up on me, and every time he goes to lick my face, I tap him on the nose, and he don't do it again.
Yeah.
I do think dog owners are part of the problem. If somebody's not a big dog fan, like Jackson, you go to their house, and then the dog's jumping on you like, "Oh, he's fine. He's just real friendly."
Yeah.
Like, I know, but
I know. I have this giant scratch mark on my thigh now.
Yeah.
It's all great.
Oh, he's just playing with you. He's just happy to see you. Get him off me.
But anyhow, everything's going good. 2 weeks from Friday, I turned the magic age of 69. And you talk about moments in sports where you cried.
Yeah.
With the Cardinals, the Blues, the Rams leaving and everything. I have cried rivers.
Well, I would think maybe the Blues winning the cup, a lot of people got emotional.
Oh, yeah, I cried then, too.
Did you?
Because I just wanted them to win a cup before I would pass away, and they did. And it shocked the
Easy. Huh.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I almost said it, but I didn't.
Okay. Well, when else have you cried?
The day Bob Gibson broke his leg, July 17th.
Really?
68, I believe, or 67.
Line drive off the bat of Roberto Clemente.
Right.
And you wept when that happened?
Yeah, because I knew his season was over with then.
Oh.
And it was just one of those. That's right. I cried. I did.
Okay.
I'm a man.
He's doing
I'm
it
together,
boy.
I thought you were older than 69. No offense at all, Pestis. I pegged you as a little bit of an older gentleman.
Clip that off.
Nope. August 29th, 1956.
He's got the receipts. All right.
He knows that.
Doug said, pull
Yeah, I
it
got a
together,
whole lot
boy.
of Now, what's Martin doing over there? Martin's just sitting there being quiet, ain't he?
He just spoke.
You just talked to him.
I just asked why you weren't older. We had a
I'm
great little
sorry,
visit.
I didn't recognize the voice.
That's okay. I was sometimes I sit out your calls just to kind of observe.
Yeah, I can see people doing that. Like the other people out on the line that want me to drink bleach and walk down I-55. That
Well,
ain't
they're
going to
back.
happen.
They're all back. Your friends have reappeared.
Yes, they have. But, gentlemen, it's been great talking to you this morning.
Yeah.
Just wanted to say hello. Let's have a good week, Doug.
5 out of 6.
5 out of 6.
5 out of
Cardinals
6.
over the Rockies. 3 out of 3, and then 2 out of 3 from the Yanks.
From the Yanks.
All right. Thank you, Pastors.
Thank you, gentlemen. You have a great day.
Well, thank you.
In 2 weeks, he will be 69 years old, Doug.
Good on him. Speaking of the Rockies, did you guys at all catch their Friday game against the Pittsburgh Pirates?
Doug, I know you were going to stay home and watch the Rockies and Pirates.
I'll give you a brief rundown. The Pirates scored 9 runs in the first inning, count them 9, and then with a 5-run ninth inning, the Rockies defeated the Pirates 17-16.
Really?
Nice little tilt.
9 runs in the first inning, and they still lost.
Wasn't that like 2 weeks ago?
I see that as Friday. Oh, that was 1 week ago. I read that wrong.
No, there goes
I read
the
that
story.
wrong. It was
It's not
August
timely.
1st.
It was like
my
the
bad.
Rockies played the Diamondbacks yesterday.
Nah, that's my
and I'm
bad.
thinking, what a weird deal that they
No,
had.
that's my fault. Damn.
Still an interesting little anecdote.
You win some and you lose some.
Still a great night.
We never talked about it. So
How did it even come up? Because
well, he said the Rockies were coming to town.
I know, so you
Tra-la.
so you were looking at their schedule or something.
Yeah, I messed up. My
Jesus,
apologies.
how bored were you, Jackson? That's from the Hunchback of Vaughn Castle, and he's not happy now.
It's fine.
Bored?
It's fine.
Oh, okay.
I think he meant you were bored because you were watching the game, but actually you wouldn't
I
have
wasn't
been.
watching it. No,
Clearly
I
you
saw
weren't
it.
because it didn't happen on Friday.
Well, what are you going to do?
Fun with schedules.
It is hard to believe the Rockies could be this bad. When you pick from a common pool of players in the draft, get a couple dozen different players every year, and you've stumbled on nobody?
Here's the core issue. The franchise can never be successful with sustainable regular seasons because great pitchers will not sign there. That's it. That's all.
Even if you would think that they could bring
Meryl
them up.
Streep, Devil Wears Prada?
Yeah. Number 2 filming now.
Develop some pitching over the course of any short, 5 or 6 year period. You're going to have a few pitchers come through your system, right?
They did Ubaldo Jimenez one time. Ubaldo was good.
Mike
for
Hampton took their money and it did not work out.
Yeah.
Cardinals were runner-up. Remember, they were always runner-up.
They were runner-up
Kevin
because
Brown,
he did not like
runner-up.
the Cardinals or St. Louis school system.
That's right.
Do you remember that? That's what Mike
Yes.
Hampton said, Doug.
He might have been ahead of his time.
I don't think he was going to move to the inner city.
I think with the money they were offering him, the kids could have gone to MICDS.
Probably could have. But the Rockies have had some good teams in the past. It hasn't always been like this. And they just have nobody.
Well, they've been around for, I think, 32, 33 seasons at this point, and they just can't get pitching. I mean, that's the core issue.
I don't think you could even name, this is the wins leaders, pitching wins for Colorado Rockies, the leader, all-time leader in wins for the Colorado Rockies.
Might need initials on that one.
Well, this might give it away. JDLR.
Jorge De La Rosa.
Yes.
Wow.
86 and 61. Not bad.
That is the all-time leader. Yeah.
Aaron Cook.
Oh, yes.
Herman Marquez.
Oh, Bill.
Jeff Francis.
Oh, Doug.
Lefty, I believe. 64 and 62. Kyle Freeland, more recently.
Daryl Kyle get in there anywhere?
Kyle Freeland.
He had a brief stay there before Walt Jackety rescued him.
Jason Jennings. Ubaldo Jimenez. Pedro Estacio. Remember? Former Dodger as well.
That's 3+ decades of a franchise's
John
existence,
Gray.
and we don't know who these human beings are.
And then the guy with that weird name that was a Julius Chassin. Remember that guy?
I do.
Jhoulys. Julius.
I'll see.
Hunter.
Well,
Chassin.
you could see him leaving when their free agent years come up.
Point is,
But
there's
still,
not
you
a
would-
lot of big names there.
Why can't you develop some and have them for 3 or 4 years anyway?
I think you should take over.
You gonna take over
maybe
the
I'll
Rockies?
just do that.
The Duke of Denver.
Austin Gabber is 21st on the all-time wins list with 28 career wins.
Austin Gabber.
Wow.
That's more than I thought he would have there.
Wow.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I would have taken the under on 28.
Jorge De La Rosa is the leader in the clubhouse. Rockies, I'm not saying he's their best pitcher, but he has the most wins. How about that?
When is Jackson going to have cheap Kai on Movie Boy to review Caddyshack? That's from Arbor Day. Have you been talking about having Sweet Kai on?
No, I wouldn't put him in my rotating cast. That's not because I don't love him and think he's great, but I just don't think that's his strength.
Is he jealous of Gareth?
No, I don't think so.
Is Gareth going to have a third appearance anytime
Gareth
soon?
is coming on this week.
Is he?
Third appearance?
That's his second.
This will be his second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's the guy that only wears shirts that sport 3 shades of brown?
That would have been Herb.
The well-hung Herb.
Okay.
Him and Plowsy swap jerseys at one of the year-end awards. Pretty hilarious.
Kind of like football players midfield.
Precisely.
Swap T-shirts?
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to wear another man's T-shirt, would you?
I've gone thrifting many a time.
But it's been washed, probably. You take it home and wash it
Yeah,
first.
well, your buddy can give it to you washed as well.
How often you going thrifting, guy?
Maybe once a month, maybe a little less. It's great. If you find good stuff, it's like $8 total for like 3 T-shirts and a hoodie.
Yeah.
Square deal, if you ask me.
Please remind Doug that the Cardinals have only developed one starter in 5 seasons. Doug, that's John Cusick, not Cusack, Cusick, and he's in the Michelob Ultra YouTube chat right now.
Okay.
Actually, fair point, I think.
Well, then the question becomes, why is it so hard to develop pitching? They seem to develop, not just the Cardinals, but all over baseball, position players. Why is it so hard to develop solid pitching? I mean, there's a ton of guys out there throwing 98 miles an hour now.
Good question for BT at 9:30.
Brad Thompson's on the Stiefel
what a way to
dossier
weave it together,
at
Jackie.
9:30. Jackson's kind of communicating, I think, that I need to take a break. That's what I think.
No, I just
Just what?
well, I don't know how to develop pitching. certainly.
You felt like that question had been asked and not answered, and we should move on.
I think it's a good question. I don't think any of us are the expertise. Brad Thompson, former Major League pitcher, I think would.
All right. Well, we're going to find out. He's with us at 9:30. Email in the morning after at InsideSTL.com for our Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email day. The program's called TMA, and it's airs on 101 ESPN.
The Classic Air Care is there for your heating and your air conditioning needs. And, folks, this is really just as simple as this. If something is breaking down, if your air conditioner right now in the summer heat at home is not working properly, or your business, they do both business and residential, call Classic Air Care. Have them come in and check it out. If you're hearing some noises you're not supposed to hear, maybe it's rattling a little bit, maybe just the airflow doesn't feel the same, call them up, call Classic Air Care, get them in there now. Don't wait until something breaks. Don't wait until it completely goes kaput, because they might be able to help you avoid some pretty good catastrophic equipment failures that'll cost you even more money. So you go online, Book an appointment online at classicaircare.com. You can also check out their Google rating. They've got a 4.8 Google rating because their customer service is that good. It's really that simple. If the air conditioner isn't working right, or maybe you haven't had it checked out in a while and you want to make sure it's set so it doesn't break down, all the folks at Classic Air Care, they take care of my home. They'll take care of yours as well. And again, book that appointment online at classicaircare.com.
It's TMA 101 ESPN and the YouTube channel, youtube.com/TMASTL. Fisher Window and Door Store, sponsor of our 8 o'clock hour here on the program. And it is our pleasure to welcome to the Collier and Thompson phone lines for his 101 ESPN Monday tradition hit, Chris Kerber joining us here on the program. Morning, Kerbs.
Morning, Tim. How are you guys today?
Wonderful. How are things going with you?
Things are going really well. Just got a good, easy Monday plan here. One kid away, as we've been talking about. Another one's going on Saturday. So this will be the week of final prep to send another freshman off to college.
Does that make you an empty nester now?
No, I got one more. We got Ava. She's going to be a sophomore this year. So got a few more years of dealing with high school stuff. Yeah. But we're getting closer. But as you guys know, when you've got younger kids, like you have more than one, the youngest is always pretty much the age of the oldest, right? So it's like having a 20-year-old as a sophomore in high school that wants all the freedoms of a 20-year-old.
Oh.
But you have to remind them that they're 15. We did start driving this past week, though, so that's been pretty good. What little hair that would grow on my head is now gray.
Yeah, I bet.
Curbs, what was the event this weekend? I saw it at Centene. There was a women's hockey tournament. It's amazing that here we are in the middle of, August, and there's still Blues-related hockey at Centene still going almost year-round.
Well, and that's why building that rink was so important, Martin. You know, and there's still the need, honestly, for more ice rinks in town. But so they had one of the largest female girls hockey tournaments in the area over the weekend, and it was just outstanding. And one of the things, if you go back, the Blues had a press conference. Probably about 4 or 5 years. Actually, you know what? It was surrounding the All-Star game. When the All-Star game was here is when it was. And at that point in time, they talked about their goal was to have, over a 5 or 6 year period, something like 150,000 kids that have not played or touched the game of hockey to get an opportunity to experience something with the game. But there was also the target to really build the game, on the girls' side. And that's been fantastic. Well, you look at what that Centene Community Ice Center has done. And, I had a meeting there on Friday at 11 o'clock, went there, and that parking lot was just filled. And you're sitting there going, wow, there's that many people using these ice sheets, using these rinks, playing the game of hockey. And, and there's something with the game of hockey, too, guys, versus any of the other sports where the pro teams in town seem to just play a larger role in the grassroots growth of the game than the other sports. And I think the Blues have really become, frankly, one of the leading teams in the National Hockey League and how to really grow a youth hockey throughout your area. It's pretty awesome.
And one of the top players was a Cavallini. How about that, Doug? It doesn't matter how many years you're around hockey. There's always Cavallini. I was thinking about the Kachucks last week with the EA Sports cover, NHL 26 Matthew, but also Brady and Keith. What do you remember about those kids coming around? Was there an age even where people said, wow, he's pretty good. He's 9, he's 10. Do you remember that conversation?
I don't remember, those kind of conversations, having not been around them as they were, like, going out and playing their youth hockey stuff. But I do remember I was on the ice kind of emceeing at center ice after, when Keith Kachuk played his final home game And then, and it wound up being his last game in the NHL. I think the team had a road trip after that, but Walt did not go on it. So he played his final game as a Blue at a home game, and the two boys and Taryn were out on the ice with Chantel, and that was pretty neat. They had some fun. The kids are ribbing their dad. Their dad had that toothless grin because he had taken that puck to the face from a TJ Oshie shot just a game or two earlier. So, I'm going to tell you this. Here's the one thing that I think is just fantastic, and that is that for those that have gotten to know, and I know all of you have had the chance to get to know Keith, on a level outside of just the game, but the family structure of that group and just how tight they are is what, to me, made that cover really so special. Matthew's the one that's won some Stanley Cups. You've got Brady that is regenerating the Ottawa Senators. Both boys will sit there, and when you do an interview with them and you talk about the athleticism in their family, both boys are first thing they're going to do is talk about their sister, right? And so to me, there's just such a great family structure where it didn't matter when Matthew was with the Calgary Flames. If you talk to the trainers of the Calgary Flames, you talk to trainers or people in the Ottawa organization, they talk about how those two hockey players are changing the culture in their rooms because of how they do things. And it is the exact same thing that Keith Tkachuk did when he got to St. Louis. And then as Walt kind of bridged that gap and became the guy for TJ Oshie and David Backes and Steiner and those guys to learn from too. Keith Tkachuk was huge in helping, this organization, that locker room manage some of the quirks of like an Andy Murray with some of those younger guys. And man, you see it with the two boys. That's why, and to see Matthew on the cover, that's one thing that makes sense. You're dealing with one of the true superstars of the game there. For them to actually do that deluxe edition and put all three on the cover, I thought was just fantastic.
Yeah, pretty cool. Well, what would the typical Blues player be up to right now, middle of August? What's their routine like at this point in the offseason?
There's a couple guys that are in town that are probably working out over at Centene. Saw a couple of them leave the other day. So, most guys at this point are probably on the ice, if not almost every day. 4 to 5 days a week, I would think, wherever they're at. Some are finishing up their summer vacation somewhere. We've got a team that's kind of growing into the family world, from younger single guys to now married guys to guys with kids. So, you're going to have more of the kids, the guys that have kids in school. So some of them are coming back. So most of the schools will start, beginning or middle of next week, depending on where you're in school. So that's it's kind of wrap up the family time of the year, Doug, and then you really start to focus. But I think you're going to start to see now as we hit, this point in the middle of August, you're going to start to see more and more of these players come in. And frankly, I know camp doesn't start till the middle of September, but the reality of it is typically by the beginning of September, and coaches cannot be on the ice with them. So they'll hire, the players themselves will hire somebody like Jamie Rivers has been a big help with this. Like Jamie Rivers goes out on the ice and runs drills and practices, right? Actual team employed coaches can't go out there, but pretty much by the beginning of September, you're going to have most of these guys back in town already practicing with each other.
Chris Kerber with us here on 101 ESPN, joins us on Mondays here at 8:15. Kerb's, always good to talk it over with you. Thanks so much for the time.
All right, fellas, have an awesome week. Talk to you next week.
All right, that's Chris Kerber with us here on TMA. Program presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. Brown and Crouppen online at brownandcrouppen.com. Doug, I'll give you one guess.
Oh, gosh.
What is the phone number to Brown and Crouppen?
Oh, now that one I know. 314, all deuces. 222-2222.
314-222-2222. It's Brown and Crouppen online at brownandcrouppen.com. Presenting sponsor, TMA. If you need a personal injury attorney, don't you want a local law firm, one that knows how to handle the ins and outs of your case and the local environment? Well, that's Brown and Crouppen. They are local with superior legal services, and they value client services as well. Brown and Crouppen, founded in St. Louis in 1979, part of the St. Louis community, and they value the St. Louis community. If you think you may need Brown and Crouppen services, call 314-222-2222 or go to brownandcrouppen.com. Make sure you let them know you heard about them on TMA. Remember, the choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements. Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Martin Kilcoyne with you. Yadi or Molina made his return. You'll hear from him coming up. Plus, Ali Marmol in studio, and he got exposed to the TMA text line. Oh, no. We've got that for you. The audio coming your way. This is the Morning After, presented to you by Brown and Crouppen on 101 ESPN. Oh, Doug, I mean, let's talk about Jackie Papers.
This is kind of my first dalliance into Poison.
Is it?
Look at the cover art of the album from, was that 86?
I just don't know.
Look what the cat dragged in and rank the attractiveness of the band members.
Are those all gentlemen?
Is that a glamour shot?
Not one of them.
It does look like it was done at Crestwood Mall.
They kind of all look like Farrah Fawcett.
Why would they do that to themselves?
Talk Dirty to Me was 1986. That would have been that album. I Won't Forget You, same album.
Doug, what a guitar riff.
I Want Action, same album. Tim, I think Unskinny Bop came out a little later.
Yeah. I think that was from the Open Up and Say Ah album. Am I right on that?
I just don't know.
That's also a wild album cover.
Fresh and...
Well, which guy do you find most attractive on that album cover?
So on the Look What the Cat Dragged In, I'll go bottom right 1.
You're really going to rank them?
Right. Top right 2. Top left 3. Bottom left 4.
So you kind of went in reverse.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
Clockwise, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So
Counter,
if you
as they
folks
call
at
it.
home are wondering, it's an album cover of Poison, and Jackson just rated the gentleman on the cover if you want to look it up later. Bottom right, all the way around.
Glam metal, they called it?
They did hair metal. Jackson is paying tribute to the band Poison today with his music theme. It's TMA 101 ESPN, the program presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. The 8 o'clock hour presented to you by Fisher Window and Door Store. Brad Thompson going to be on the Stiefel dossier here. 9:30, along with the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. So Ali Marmol was in studio on Friday and with BK and Ferrario. And we've been getting texts that he was reading the text inbox, and it was, Doug, it was unfortunately problematic. Let's take a listen.
STL, that's another place where you can go. All right, Ollie, I do want to ask you about the
Let me just say something. This chat right here is way nicer than my social media. Yeah, I'll tell you that. Keep going.
That's because they know you can see their numbers. We probably should have said that they weren't pulled up so that we could have showed you what it's truly like.
That's not,
or maybe they're just vile towards us, BK. The comments are much nicer than the names that you're seeing pop up. That is true. That's from TMA. You saw some of the TMA chat at spring training.
Yeah. Yes, I did.
Yeah, you saw how that can go. All right, so I do want to ask.
Saw how that can go.
Yeah, well, I know what he was told. He was cute as a button.
Cute as a
when he was
button.
looking at the YouTube
Asked
chat.
about his favorite fry.
Yeah.
In that video, he's drinking the whatever watermelon drink he had Doug drink.
Oh yeah,
remember that?
I think it's
Coconut water.
I think it's his product, and he's
right?
He's product placement. I think he's a owner of that product. How
Yeah,
about
it was
that?
pretty good.
Good for them on having him in, and good for Ollie. Although somebody texted earlier, Ollie's making the media circuit, softening all you guys up. Like, is that
Was that
what's going
6-1 hate again?
That's what you just
I
can't
saw it
win.
earlier.
You just can't win if you're a manager.
You come in and it's transparent as humanly possible, and it's you're
I think
softening
it's
up.
great that he does it, and a tip of the cap to the boys on BK and Ferrario for getting him to come in. That's a great
Hear,
thing
hear.
for everybody.
He told me he enjoyed it.
Oh, you saw Ollie that afternoon?
Yeah, said he enjoyed it.
You were doing your 101 ESPN recap of interview segment.
Yeah, I was down at the ballpark, not for TV, Doug, just because I like to go down sometimes to do a radio audit.
Oh, do
hey,
you?
Miles, how'd it go today? What'd you think? Anything Jackson could work on?
Ooh, yeah.
Hey, Ollie, how are you? You enjoyed it? How was the parking? And sometimes Hubbard asked me, as part of onboarding is customer service. And I was also down there. And Yadi Molina was in the house. Tim, there was a buzz in the building. I will say, I might be in the mocking tone, but the players down there really do. Like, holy crap, it's Molina.
Yeah, there's a different amount of respect there. Before he appeared at the ballpark, Ali Marmol, as we made reference to, was in studio, and he was asked about that decision to invite him to be a part of the festivities on Friday and Saturday at Busch Stadium. And here is what he had to say.
Man, you know it's real. I mean, social media is undefeated when it comes to that. But man, as a leader, I don't think you could approach or filter decisions based on your ego or self-esteem or lack thereof, if that's the case, right? Like, when I think about the situation, is it going to come with a ton of noise? The answer is yes. Am I fully aware of it? Yes. But it's pretty selfish if that's the filter for saying yes or no to that decision. You have to be comfortable enough with your abilities and what you're doing to surround yourself with people that are elite at what they do, man. If you think about my first year, Skip was my bench coach. I mean, he can easily take my job and do an incredible job at it. This guy is one of the best minds, baseball minds I've ever been around, and just leaders in general. Just the way he handles situations, it's incredible. Scalzo could do this job. Yadi could do it. AP could do it. That's irrelevant. At the end of the day, is it the right thing? And for our players, it's the right thing. For our fan base, it's the right thing. For our org, it's the right thing. I mean, this is an incredible, like, it's Cardinal legend, man. Like, if he is in St. Louis for 2 days and he's not in uniform in the dugout, I think that's a mistake. So yes, it's going to come with noise. I've been dealing with that since day one. I won't say it doesn't affect me. It affects me a lot less today than it did in 22. But the reality is, man, like, I'm comfortable with where I'm at and how I do my job and the staff and the players. And at the end of the day, like, if I'm not supposed to have this job, I won't. And if I'm supposed to, I will. And that's the way I approach it every day. So I'm going to do the right thing, and my dude's going to be in uniform for 2 days.
There you go. I like that answer.
Solid answer. Yeah, I didn't like when he said it's good for our org. I didn't.
We heard the term org quite a bit when we were down at Jupiter.
Mm-hmm. You can say organization. You got time. I know he had a game that day, so maybe he was trying to shorten some words.
Speed it up a little
bit. To
bit.
get there in time. Yeah.
Yadi Molina did talk it over regarding his appearance this weekend. This is from his Friday pregame media session.
To be back home, this is great. I mean, to watch the field and spend time with the players, the coaches, and obviously at night with the fans. I mean, it's going to be a great experience.
Coming back to St. Louis, what kind of memories does it bring back?
A lot of memories. 19 years here, we got some winning years. 2 World Series. I mean, this is the best town. I've been part of this, obviously. There's a lot of memories, good memories here. We got to go game by game. Obviously, we are in the position that we don't like right now. I mean, obviously, we had to play better baseball. But I think we there. I mean, we got the talent. I'm a fan of this team. I feel like we played the small game really good. We running the base really good. I mean, we need more. The pitcher need to be more stable. But yeah, I mean, anything can happen. It happened before. You know, we back a game back. I mean, that's nothing. So hopefully we start tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not giving up.
No. I mean, you can't give up when you're 3.5 out of the playoff spot with 43 to play, I think.
I think Jackson dumped out a little early because then I think Yadi Molina said, remember, Martin, when Poison sang something to believe in. And I think he wants that to be kind of the mantra the rest of the way.
Something to believe in. That's the theme song. Youngry kind of has fallen off, and now it's something to believe in. And that's going to be magical when the Cardinals take on the is it going to be the Astros are playing?
Brett Michaels would probably come back.
Yeah.
He might be playing Pops. He could pop over.
Too many lefties to play the Astros.
Molina did say that he's still interested in coaching, managing big league level, but not yet. That his son, I believe, is a senior in high school, so it would still be. That pursuit is still going to be down the road.
Son's a ball player, too. Not surprising, and by ball player.
They moved to Austin just for that.
Yeah, he's going to UT Arlington. So, yes, he is not ready to do it. Speaking of the playoff race, only 7 teams are more than 6 games out of a playoff spot.
Well, that's what they wanted. That's what Major League Baseball wanted. Keep as many in there as possible for as long as you can.
Yeah, so if you can play 6 months of games every other night, the minimum.
I think the Rockies are probably out of it.
The Rockies are one of the
Pirates, probably no. Nationals, sorry.
That's correct. Those teams are out of it.
White Sox, not going to happen.
Not this year.
Baltimore, you're only 15.5 out. Don't give up there.
But the Angels are 6 out, and they were, for whatever reason, in a very strange moment, but nobody really pays attention to the franchise as a whole, they bought at the trade deadline.
I was going to say.
That was one of my favorite moments. You're welcome to text in 314-399-9646. What's Yadi supposed to say? This club's a dumpster fire? Mo is the captain of the Titanic? This club can't hold my jock?
No.
So Orson Woods Wacko.
I asked him the question, how hard is it to see them struggle? Since, for the most part, when he was here, there was a winning team. He said teams go in cycles. Now, I think if he was off the record, maybe he'd have a different take. But publicly, yeah. Teams go in cycles, Doug, up and down.
Even in the course of a year, they do that. Remember in May, they were a very good team. They had one of the better records in baseball for like 5-week period.
Mozeliak was on ESPN last night on the broadcast, and he said in May and early June, he said we were kind of looking at this thing a little differently, and then he goes, then we dropped off. In terms of, they kept talking about threading the needle. And then they talked a lot about Mozeliak and Chaim Bloom, and they referenced the fact that Mozeliak told them that he and Chaim Bloom have breakfast once a week, and that this transition has been smooth. A lot of Mo time on the Aspen Sunday night game.
I saw that.
My 6th grade team at St. Aloysius is only 8 games out of a wild card. That's from Professor Roy Hinckley. Doug, you've seen St. Aloysius play. Are you surprised?
Hang in there, then. If they can pick up a few wins on forfeits, because this is the very tail end of the vacation season when school's starting up this week or next. You gotta count on some forfeit wins where the other team just can't get 9 there, and that'll get you right back in it.
Sharon and Clayton, who I thought was at war with the Worsen Woods Wacko, says, I completely agree, Wacko. Also, greetings from San Diego.
Oh, darn it.
Was in line for security in front of the GOAT leaving St. Louis yesterday. And yes, I mean Yadi. I wanted to wish him luck on his gig next year as Cardinal manager, but I know he can be a bit bristly, and his body language said, don't bother me. So I didn't. I was a little shocked to see him with the rest of us GP schlepping through the airport. Stars. They're just like us. Who knew? Doug, that's Sharon in Clayton, except she's in San Diego.
Okay. Sick. It's always somewhere exotic. What is GP when you said the rest
General
of us?
Public?
Oh, okay.
Gary Payton.
Glove.
Okay. The rest of us schlepping to the airport.
General Public saying tenderness, Tim? Is that around 1983?
I think you might be right.
Well, I'm sure he could afford to get a private jet for a trip like that, but at some point, is it worth it? And maybe on a trip to San Diego, if there's a lot of GPers schlepping to the airport. But it's probably a bit of a hassle, too, to line all that up.
Martin Steventime is not happy with you. He's been on Kwame and Voyukas the Fourth, Harrison's Brother Master. Feel like you have a Mount Rushmore? I think Steventime's on there.
Yeah.
Let's play a game. Drink every time Martin follows up that he also spoke to a St. Louis athlete anytime their name's mentioned during the show.
No.
That's from Steventime, who is not happy.
Gosh.
So Molina was not a relevant topic. Okay. Miles Michaelis on Friday, not a relevant topic. Fair enough.
Guys, Sharon and Clayton is terrible. Thanks. That's from that little slut Tinsel. Doug, that is your
Tinsel
dog.
would never have said anything like that.
Okay, gaslight girl boss gatekeep.
Sharon's husband sure pays a lot of money just to get her out of town as much as he can, doesn't he? That's from Arbor Day, who was not delighted to hear that Sharon is now in San Diego. Last week, I thought she was in Sanibel. Wasn't she, or am I off?
I think so. I don't know.
Tim, this will surprise you, but the 618 has chimed in. 618, Mo was pathetic on ESPN.
He is not happy. That 618 is not happy.
Can I ask the 618 a question? And then
618, call in.
Well, call in, please. But I'm going to ask, what is the last sporting item that pleased you? Please.
That's a nice question.
That didn't cause you angst.
Sounds like clearing the deck.
That didn't cause you angst.
That actually
or
lived
anger.
up to his exacting standards.
Yes. Because it'd be like, Walker had a home run. It was a weak-ass swing.
Yeah, just one.
Cards have won 8 in a row. Who cares? They suck. Okay, just checking. Thank you.
The action is back on you. Text in the answer to what is a very fair question. Best of luck to Sharon on her multi-level marketing conference in San Diego. A lot of people better be ready for a hell of a sales pitch on how they can be their own boss and alienate everyone within their family and social circles. That's from Carlos Spicy Wiener.
That's where...
You think she's headed to an Amway convention?
Multi-level marketing. That used to be a bigger thing than it is now, right?
You ever look at Facebook?
A lot of people on there soliciting you for that?
It's damn near all Facebook.
Really?
Is it Amway or things similar to that?
Oh, it's a. I always saw
really,
flat tummy tea.
It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It is uncomfortable. I don't know what to say outside of it's uncomfortable.
Well, this will balance things out. Eric in the Central West End says Mo looked cute on ESPN last night in the booth.
Doug?
Okay,
nice
some
tan
positivity.
from Eric in the Central West End.
All right.
Martin, your guy, the 618, has answered. The last time he was happy, Cardinals 2011 World Championship and Blues 2019 Championship.
Okay.
Well, that's big of you.
It's a bit of a dry spell.
Wow.
since then.
I guess that can only mean he knows more about sports than everybody else. He's only happy when you win the whole thing. Otherwise, he can find fault in things. That's not easy to do. To find ways to be unhappy, that takes a special talent.
So if a player throws a no-hitter, can you enjoy that moment, Doug, or do you say this team sucks?
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
Depends on what you can always find something that you didn't like.
I've got hair that people would die to have.
Now that's a positive attitude right there.
And that was Doug, what, a couple years ago on this show?
Tim, I made love to some In-N-Out in Denver this weekend. I told my wife that you love In-N-Out, and she said, of course you do, because you're the best and have the best taste and are probably bigger than Tommy Lee. Doug, that's from the recovering alcoholic from Belleville and Oyster Grove.
Care for it.
If I'm not mistaken, Martin, he sent me and you a text of him eating In-N-Out burger.
Yeah, Pondoff.
Yeah.
I thought he was in Cali. He said he was in Denver.
So they got In-N-Out in Denver, Doug. Can we get In-N-Out here? Would you go to it a bunch?
I'd go to it once to see what all the fuss is about.
I go to it often.
But you go somewhere else to get the fries?
Probably, yeah. Shake Shack.
Why do you suppose we don't have one here?
I don't know. They're very careful about their expansion because they don't want quality to drop off, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Well, it seems like if we could just garner our own franchise, we could oversee that quality control.
Seems like a nice project for you.
Well, I'm so busy. So pressed for time.
I don't want to crowdsource. I think the founder of In-N-Out went to Greenville University, just up the road
In Illinois?
here.
In Greenville, Illinois?
Yeah, I believe that's
the folks who invented Panda Express went to Mizzou.
Is that right?
Yeah, well, I think they went to graduate school at Mizzou.
It counts.
I'm happy every morning when Tim says it's 7 o'clock in St. Louis. That's from Eric in the Central West End. Hey, Jackson,
play.
Yo.
Have you ever had the chicken Legrand? I'm usually a legend only, but it's taken over my body. I can feel every bite in my toes. Hey, get extra sauce. That's from Doug's Grease Missile.
That's an odd thing to write into a radio show.
I'm pretty much legend only.
What's on the legend?
It's like pastrami, turkey, ham, bacon, and then
It's got some spices, which is nice.
garlic cream cheese and then a roasted red pepper sauce. And it's really just
Let's you and me
spectacular.
go to LeGrand's this week, buddy.
Whenever you want.
Okay. Done.
Good call.
Oh, it's my favorite sandwich in town, personally. There might be ones that folks would say, and I'd be like, yeah, it's really good, but that one's just as special to me.
What's on the Edmonds? What's on it?
Yeah, I see it every time I go there.
I went to Legrand's with Edmonds, and I actually got to experience that exact impression that you probably didn't know really happened.
Why is it called that? Stupid. I don't want one of those.
Naked bodies.
Email in the morning after at inside.
I want to get Jimmy on, but he stopped doing media.
Farming. He's busy days.
He's a farmer.
The program's called TMA, and it is presented by Brown & Crouppen on 101 ESPN, TMA STL YouTube channel.
Head to Schnucks to load up on groceries, and when you do that, they'll make sure you're not spending as much as it can be at other places. It's getting expensive out there. They know that. That's why they met as a team. The Schnucks leadership said we got to save prices, save money on all these different items. Knock down pricing is what I'm trying to say, and they've done that. You've heard us talk about it. Over 2,000 items have been marked down. Those are not sales items. Those are permanent markdowns, and you can find out when you go through the store. There's also a digital shelf tag right there that tells you about other savings taking place inside the store. And if you get the Rewards app, you'll also get alerts, items that you often buy. If there's any additional savings available, use the Rewards app for curbside pickup, for home delivery. Schnucks delivers. That's something they've added in recent years, trying to make it more convenient for you, also trying to make it less expensive. That's what they're working on at your neighborhood Schnucks. I guarantee there's one nearby. So for all your grocery needs, it's everyday savings that you can count on at your neighborhood Schnucks.
This is Jackson with a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. Reigning WNBA MVP Asia Wilson, first in WNBA with a 30-point, 20-rebound game, and the team's win over the Connecticut Sun on Sunday. That was another Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Doug Jackson's music theme here on Monday, August 11th, 2025, is the band Poison. And fun little segment we had earlier in the Fisher Window and Door story, 8 o'clock hour, where Jackson ranked the attractiveness of the gentlemen dressed up as ladies on the Open Up and Say Ah album. Although I think they looked better on the Look What the Cat Dragged In.
No, this was the Look What the Cat Dragged In album. Yeah.
Where did you rank the brunette Bobby Doll?
Oh, come on. Number 2. The only brunette in the group, it looks like.
I guess Bret Michaels is the cutest.
Bret Michaels, if you're looking at the album, could you tell me?
He's the main guy.
Well, no, but he doesn't. Nobody looks.
He always wears a beret or a bandana.
I know modern day Bret Michaels, what he looks like, but this 1986 album cover would fool you. Certainly has fooled me.
So you find yourself attracted to these gentlemen?
You've been duped by trannies?
I could see the vision, I guess, but not great.
What were they going for?
I guess
gender blending,
just being provocative.
Okay,
gets people going.
Looks like they might be wearing red lipstick as well.
Yeah, eyeliner, plenty of that. Yeah, some blush.
Bret Michaels. You're right, Tim. The bandana is a staple.
It's a staple.
And then the other guy, there's a guy named Cece in there.
Yeah, Cece DeVille. Yeah, that was good show prep. Anybody catch the New York Yankees old-timers game?
No, I missed it.
Well, Mariano Rivera was out in center field. Ball hit his way. He fell and tore his Achilles.
Oh, jeez. What was he doing in center field in the first place?
It wasn't a save opportunity.
Buster Olney said last night that for years, he said he covered the Yankees, Buster Olney, and when they would ask people who's the best center fielder, he said they would all say Mariano Rivera, because when he would shag, apparently he was a great outfielder. So here he had his big chance.
And unfortunately, it was the slightest of moves. There's a New York Post video. The slightest of moves, and he is down.
I'm watching it right now.
Yeah, it's...
yeah.
Yeah, that's rough. 55 years old, Mariano. He got a major season-ending injury in 2013, shagging fly balls when he was with the Yankees.
Yeah, tore his ACL.
Probably won't do that again.
Paul O'Neill was not happy with the calls during the old-timers game.
Oh, God.
These guys are really going for it.
Did you see the picture of Johnny Damon?
Yes.
Looking a little Doug different.
They have a side-by-side from the Yankees event from last year, and 2024 into 2025 has not been good on him.
Oh. The Cardinals did that way back when, but
I remember
they don't
that.
do it now.
Way back in like the 80s.
For a fan base that just loves its players and the history, you'd think that would be a big selling point to bring that back.
I agree. And the Brewers just recently had a alumni home run derby, and fans love that. I think it was either right before, I guess it was after the game. It makes the most sense. But they said Prince Fielder was still just launching them.
Oh, I bet.
Wouldn't you like? Well, let's put together a home run derby.
You think McGuire would come back for that?
No.
I was thinking about your
answer first.
Now, if Holiday didn't just have hip surgery, maybe Edmonds, Tim, is that a hard no as well? But I don't. Jimmy, a chance to be out there with the fellas.
I don't see it.
Pujols?
No.
He wouldn't be.
Okay, maybe we've just answered our question.
Bo hard worker.
Yeah, he'd be Bo Harts of the world.
That's too bad.
Jackson is so slimely that when he inevitably... These are unbelievable. Jackie is so slimely that when he inevitably tears his Achilles playing pickup ball, he'll try and sue you, Tim, for workers' comp.
So in this scenario, I'm playing pickup on my own time, and I try to sue my coworker.
That's right.
For workers' comp, despite me not being on company property or in my personal... Okay.
That's because you're slimely.
Because I'm slimely. Okay.
Oh, you like the term slimely?
It's a good, reasonable text.
Or is it a typo?
Oh, one of the worst texts I've ever read.
And that's a long list to choose from, buddy.
Yeah. It's
The 618 did clarify, Tim. He doesn't call in because he actually has to work for a living. Doesn't just sit in an office.
How about that, Doug?
He's about the only one working.
How about that, Doug? Doug, if he did want to call in, Collier and Thompson would be where he would go to call on the Collier and Thompson phone lines.
If he's looking to get his house spruced up, yeah, that'd be a great idea. Collier and Thompson can do that for you. They've been doing it for a long time, since way back in the 1950s. Their employees have more than 165 years of experience now, so they can tackle anything. If you've got a kitchen you want to redo, a master bathroom, a basement you want to remodel, anything at all, Collier and Thompson has done it, and they do it better than anyone in town. And the big thing there is you can trust Collier and Thompson. It's hard to know who you can trust to be in your home for a while and back up that work. Collier and Thompson to Uncle Bill's Pancake House. Got a great showroom there, over 10,000 square feet, 20 kitchen displays or more. You can get some great ideas on what they can do to make your house look like a show place. Come home to quality online at collierandthompson.com.
You can call in 314-974-0101. You can text it as well. The Air Comfort Service text inbox. Save the number, and you're texting into the program regularly, 314-399-9646. And, of course, you have the Michelob Ultra YouTube chat, youtube.com/TMASTL, where 270 friends have gathered this morning, and they're talking it over, Doug. That's Kevin Nixon, Jeremy Hodge, TMA Remote Lamp, and the Bevo Mill Schnitzel. They're all in there, and they're all talking it over to Joey Vitale's Gooner module.
Can you still get some schnitzel?
Yeah. I'm sure you can.
They have that at Bevo Mill?
Apparently so.
It's just for private parties now, isn't it?
Good question.
Oh, I'm crowdsourcing. Sorry.
The Bevo Mill you're talking about.
Yeah. I've never stepped foot in the place.
Is that right?
I should. I don't know why.
They used to have brunch on a Sunday.
I think they brought that back, and they do a lot of weddings, and I worked some weddings there.
How's the schnitzel?
I'm not even sure what that really is.
I think it's just fried pork, isn't it?
Sounds great.
So we're crowdsourcing on the menu and on their availability at Bevo
It's a
Mill.
thin slice of meat, usually pounded out, then breaded. Usually uses veal, pork, chicken, mutton, beef, or turkey.
So you like mutton?
I don't order a lot of mutton.
Is that goat? Is mutton goat?
Take your goat calls.
We will indeed. I don't know what Lex Luthor's talking about, but I just saw this. More people watched the Arizona Cardinals than the St. Louis Cardinals this weekend.
Arizona Cardinals played the Jets.
No, the Packers and Jets.
Packers.
Because Brady Cook went 6 for 8 at Lambeau Field against the Green Bay squad.
He looked pretty good.
Harrison Mevis kicking like the Dickens, too.
A lot of Mizzou over there.
And
NYJ.
You see the guy who made the 70-yard field goal this
for
this
Jacksonville. How about that?
70 yards.
The Colonel has given his opinion on the quarterback situation in Columbia. Eli Drinkwitz spoke after the scrimmage following Saturday. Gabe gave his interpretation of what he thinks we're going to see when the Tigers open up the season on the 28th. That's coming up. Brad Thompson is coming up in the 9 o'clock hour, which is brought to you by Mark Hanna of Evergreen Wealth Strategies. The program's called The Morning After. It's presented to you by Brown & Crouppen on 101 ESPN. Doug, this is the song that got it all going for Poison in 1986.
Okay.
So good.
And why are we celebrating them today?
Because Jackson found himself attracted to the album cover for Look What the Cat Dragged In.
For heaven's sakes.
I wanted to share it with our audience.
Okay.
In the Marcan Evergreen Wealth Strategies 9 o'clock hour. Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Martin Kilcoyne, Little Jackie Papers on the ones and twos. And Doug, look on your right. It's James Carlton here on TMA.
Hello, James.
Well, hello, Doug. Good morning, gentlemen. How are we doing?
Well, we're excited because 2 weeks from Thursday, the season opens up in Columbia, Missouri, and the Tigers will fight so hard and so fine for you, James.
I can't wait. You know, I went to Chicago this weekend for my daughter's birthday. I'm going to take it that the only person that possibly has been to the American Girl Doll store out there is Martin.
I have not.
Okay, so zero of you, I guess, have been to the American Girl Dolls. So you guys are lucky. You get to avoid that experience. But we went out there, and everybody had headphones on in the car except for me, the driver. So I got to listen to about 10 hours of college football podcast, and maybe 3 minutes covered Mizzou.
Oh, no disrespect.
They are not high on Mizzou nationally.
STP.
So I got to hear a lot about that. Got to hear some fine bomb callers, which is always interesting. Have you guys had a chance to watch the Any Given Saturday yet? On Netflix?
I have not. I'm looking forward to watching it, but I didn't realize until Jackson read it last week that like 5 schools didn't participate.
Sure. Yeah, it's definitely focused on South Carolina, LSU, some Florida, Vanderbilt. I really enjoy it because
Missouri is not in.
They have a highlight against Vanderbilt.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was nice.
I saw a little bit of it.
I really enjoyed it. So
yeah, it's pretty good.
If you guys had to guess my power rankings of most disliked coaches in the SEC, top 3, Doug, give it to me.
Beamer?
He's in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jackson
He's in there.
Heupel.
Okay.
Did you say Heupel?
I said Heupel.
Yeah.
So we got Beamer and Heupel. You said in there on both, but I feel like we haven't nailed number 1
Kelly?
yet.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That's obvious.
What do you call him? A southern
gentleman, a little southern gentleman, a debutante.
Okay.
Even though he's from
I will tell you that show humanizes those gentlemen very well, particularly Beamer. And I'm
Jackson, you're going to become a Beamer guy.
I'm softening
what
up
about
a
when he
bit.
sang Fantasia?
That's in there a little bit. Yes, that's in there a little bit. The whole team did, actually.
When I see, was that 2007 Fantasia's When I See You?
I don't know the years, Tim.
James, the Colonel, wrote this morning on PowerMizzou.com that he puts it 60-40 that the quarterback will be Bo Prabula. However, he thinks that while Eli Drinkwitz might know who his starter is right now, even after the scrimmage on Saturday, in which he said nobody really separated themselves from the other, but both played well, that he does not know if there would be a real competitive advantage to announcing it before the Central Arkansas game because it's Central Arkansas. He said, now, if it were Kansas, it might be a different situation. And so he could see them going into the Central Arkansas game not announcing a starter. How about that?
Well, there's really no film on these guys, though, so I don't really know how that's a huge advantage. But I don't know. What is Warson Woods or the Warson Woods wacko?
Warson Woods wacko has been the one saying it's going to be Sam Horn.
Yes, I'd like to know his allocation of likelihood that Horn's still starting.
Warson Woods wacko, call in.
Please do.
James, since you consume a lot of the national take, why do you think everybody's sort of not down on Mizzou, but just unimpressed?
They're an afterthought. No, they're just an afterthought.
But they always are.
They always seem to be.
And the thing is, when the handful of times when they do have a chance to grab the stage against a blue blood, when the blue blood is good, when have they actually been able to pull it off?
Right.
Yep. That's why I continue to say, even though I realize it sounds like it's Cowherdian, but the most impressive game, in my opinion, in Eli Drinkwitz's tenure as head coach was at Georgia, because I think Georgia was the best team in the country, and I'm talking about in 2023, and Missouri could have, I don't know if I would say should have, but certainly were right there to beat that team on the road. And I thought that's what stood out. But otherwise, when they've had their opportunities against Blue Bloods, when the team's been really good, Oklahoma in 07, I guess theoretically Texas in 08, Auburn in 13, Alabama in 14, LSU and Georgia in 23. they don't get it done. And that's you got a great win against Kansas in 2007 and a great win against Oklahoma in 2010. But otherwise, until you beat one of those blue bloods when those teams are on their upswing and Missouri's playing a game that really matters for both teams, I think they will be viewed as an afterthought. And that's Doug. That's your opportunity to what STP something to prove.
Oh, okay.
Big 12 championship game with Oklahoma and Pinkel laid an egg. SEC championship games laid an egg. Those are big moments that you're talking about where you kind of get over the proverbial hump. 6.5 is Vegas, I think, on Mizzou. Other places,
I've seen 7.5.
We've seen
FanDuel 6.5. Couldn't believe it. I saw 7 a bunch of places. Then it went to 6.5, and I'm going, I love that, but it's so low that it kind of scares me.
And it's
as
not
a
great
Missouri
odds.
fan.
I mean, you're getting it's like
You're
minus
paying a
140.
lot, right?
Yeah. And the only team total I bet you'll never guess, Doug, is the Vanderbilt Commodores. 5.5, baby. I'm going over. They got 3 cupcakes, and Pavia is good enough to steal a couple games.
I like that play.
Yeah.
I do. I worry about that game for the Fighting Tigers if they're if they're a middle of the pack team this year, and I have no clue.
They returned most of their team,
right?
I mean, so and they have
Diego Pavia last week was talking about a national championship this year. So
Feinbaum was
that would mean they would have to win 6 games in order to do that.
That clip was hilarious. Feinbaum was literally stopped in his tracks when he said that, and Pavia didn't blink. I mean, you got to admire the kid. I mean, he's got a lot of swag.
Warrison Woods Wacko has responded, and he said Sam Horn is going to be the starter. James put out an APB for Warrison Woods Wacko to comment, and he said, James, let's just say I know somebody in the room.
Okay.
So I guess the Warrison Woods Wacko is standing by this Sam Horn as the starting quarterback. I wonder if Gabe is going to credit him when he reports it.
I have no idea, Doug. Do you?
No, my thought was if I'm Sam Horn and I don't win the starting job, I may just walk away from football.
Oh, please don't tell me that.
If you've already signed with the Dodgers, if you have a career in baseball ahead of you, are you going to sit on the bench for, a 4th year in a row? And not play?
He may not sit on the bench. There's injuries and certainly circumstances that cause changes to happen. And I think either one of these quarterbacks should feel confident that they're right in the thick of things if their name is called, that they can get out on the field and produce.
Well, and by saying that, I may be old school thinking this before NIL money. He probably makes a pretty good salary from Mizzou just being a part of the team. Doesn't want to give that up, probably.
Absolutely. There was a funny part of the, no spoiler alerts, on the any given Saturday where Brian Kelly is talking to his agent, who is also representing Garrett Nussmeier, about whether or not to come back for his final season.
Oh, yeah. So the agent's the same for the coach and the quarterback.
Quite a unique dynamic, yes.
So what we've just learned is that the Warrison Woods Wacko is schizophrenic. That's from the TMA Gerbil. How did we learn that, Doug?
I don't know.
That's the TMA Gerbil.
Wouldn't it be a mild upset, though, if Sam Horn is the starter after the offseason of going after and identifying Bo Perbulo? Hey, we need a guy.
Which is why I think it would be great if he did wind up being the quarterback, because to me that would mean he took the job, and that means he was that impressive. Gerard Hamilton of PowerMizzou.com documented the scrimmage this past weekend and said both looked good. If he had to give the edge, he said it's Perbulo. And he said the one thing that he notes with Perbulo is he can actually run. Cook was more of a scrambler, and he would pick up some yardage scrambling, that's for sure. But it looks like Perbulo can actually run it. But both quarterbacks, Eli Drinkwitz said they look good. Jackson, you have some sound on that, don't you?
Cousin Sam, remember early on, my cousin Sam, noted Mizzou follower. He is actually really into it. He's not a big Perbulo guy. Says he's just going to give you a lot of short
I remember
passing.
you saying that, yeah.
So we've had the Warrison Woods Wacko and cousin Sam chime in on our Mizzou preview show.
Good job by both quarterbacks. Was really looking to see if we had some separation today, and I honestly just didn't see it. They're both playing really good football right now, so we'll go into next week and keep the battle going. Consistency in decision making and consistency of scoring drives. There was just too many lulls in the middle by both of them, I felt like. So we just got to clean that up at the execution end. Neither one of them were very effective in the backed up situation, which could occur. So we got to clean that up.
Hike. Nice. Does anyone still yell hike? I don't know that they do. It's just so hard to say Bo Perbulo. Sam Horn would be so much more convenient.
That would be the tiebreaker, I think.
Yeah, maybe it could come to that. I bet Pribula would be disappointed to know that he lost a job based on how hard it is to say his name.
I will tell you, the national pundits all love Texas and Georgia, of course, and Alabama. I don't think Texas and Georgia have a murderer's row schedule. I know Florida and Oklahoma certainly do. I know Mizzou gets knocked for having a soft SEC schedule. If you looked, Texas is opening up against Ohio State, so I'm talking about their conference schedule. I don't think it's any tougher than Missouri's. In fact, I think Missouri's might be tougher. So if anybody's out there not driving around, but on their computer at home, check it out. It's not an impressive schedule that Texas or Georgia have.
Wow, I cannot wait for the wacko to be embarrassed when the season starts and Sam Horn ain't starting. What a cuck. That's from Mr. Licks. And it sounds like he might have a report that it's Bo Pribula.
Would Gabe be willing to ask Drinkwitz about it and quote the Warson Woods wacko?
Coach, the Warson Woods wacko reported on a nitwit program in St. Louis that Sam Horn is the starting quarterback. Do you care to address this?
Would that elicit a game?
Would you guys have Drinkwitz on? You had Gates on last year. Any
sure,
interest?
we'd have him on. Okay. Absolutely.
Well, let's get him on this fall.
I think we can put in the request.
We'll put him as a surprise guest.
We'd put in the request. Brett Bielema was on the Fast Lane last week.
Very nice. Yeah, there's a lot of buzz around them. I can't wait.
I'm on ILL's over. I'm on Missouri's
over.
over.
What is their total?
7.5.
Okay, theirs is as well.
And I'm on Arizona State's over.
You're on Missouri's over?
Yes.
Ooh, that's big news out there for Tiger fans. Tim's been right 2 years in a row.
Yeah, when I saw 6.5, I'm just like, but I have to tell you, it scares me that it's that low. That
like Vegas always knows something.
That messes
me up.
It was
9.5 last year, right?
Yeah, and I was all over the under.
Yes, you were.
But
credit.
But I'm saying it scares me as a Missouri fan that it moved from 7 to 6.5. But I don't know. Who knows? I mean, they went 3-1 in coin flip games last year.
That South Carolina game is, I think, the tone setter for the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Now operating on the premise to beat Kansas, right? 7-point favorite against Kansas. That you want to talk about a tone setter? You lose that thing. Oh, sweet!
Probably wouldn't see it the following Monday.
Oh my! You would sit that out?
I think I might. I'm on a shuttle bus for that game. Going to and from.
And you're giving me your parking pass.
Yes,
what a gentleman, Doug. This guy's sporting.
And there are some Jayhawks on this bus. If Mizzou wasn't victorious in that game, I can't get on that bus to return.
What would
I
you
wouldn't
do?
be able to
Just walk home with your head hanging?
Thumb it?
I think you can get an Uber. I don't know what the cost would be.
Oh, my gosh.
But I'd be so despondent, it wouldn't matter.
Who's letting them Jayhawks on your bus?
Yeah, it's all inclusive, equity and all that stuff. But no, I can't. That game is going to be an absolute, what do we call it, Pony?
Pony show.
2:30 p.m.
I got 2 nights in Columbia at the Columbia Ritz-Carlton. Pony show.
Yes.
Oh, I've already got a VIP table at Club Vogue. Unbelievable, Doug. Unbelievable, the Pony. Come on down.
Is it really?
Watch you
I'm
in
worried about
Centipede.
James getting back home from this Kansas game, hitchhiking without getting butchered.
Can I give a quick Club Vogue story?
Doug, would you like a Club Vogue story from our sponsor?
I think this is appropriate.
All right, sure.
We had a work conference in Columbia one year, and we went to the Thirsty Turtle, which is right next door to Club Vogue. And the owner of Club Vogue's there, and he's like, "Hey, here's some free passes. Come check us out next door." And we didn't want to be rude. So me and my friend on a Monday night, Martin, went next door to Club Vogue.
What is Club Vogue now?
Club Vogue is a gentleman's club.
Oh,
That's
yes. Okay.
And when you go there, you have the fantasy that it's students from the University of Missouri who are just getting some work in.
And instead it's
kind of like me
townies?
with wedges. and instead it's townies.
And so there's nobody else in this place. It's a Monday night. And so myself and my friend sit down and have a juice bar, whatever they were offering at the time. And he gets escorted to have a one-on-one, whatever you call it, right? And so I'm sitting there by myself at this point. Only person in the place.
Feeling good about yourself?
15 people that were at that work conference walk in. And they see me sitting by myself.
That's outstanding.
Oh, my God. I'm like, guys, I promise I'm not here by myself. I've been here 10 minutes ago. I mean, my God, that was embarrassing. That was hilarious. I usually share my embarrassing stories on here.
Yeah, you do. That's kind of therapeutic.
Yes.
I noticed. Alan Dadeville is not happy with you, James. As you might recall, if you are a long-time listener,
Georgia
I know
fan.
you are. He's a Georgia fan, and he says Tennessee and Auburn on the road, Florida and Jacksonville, and home games with Bama, Texas, and Ole Miss. What would be an impressive schedule then? That's Alan Dadeville.
All I was saying is it's not much tougher than Mizzou's. Ole Miss is like, what, preseason picked right around where Mizzou's at. Tennessee's not much higher than them. They don't even have a quarterback named yet. In Florida, I mean, I know Florida. It's so funny. Billy Napier was the hottest of hot seats like 6 months ago, and now Florida's a darling of the SEC. They have a great quarterback who's dinged up. If he's healthy, yeah, they can compete. South Carolina's another one. I mean, a great quarterback, but they lost a lot. They're replacing their entire offensive line. I think Alabama, LSU, Texas, Georgia are the 4 best teams in the SEC. So credit to you on that, Al. But the rest of the SEC, it's from 5 to 13. I think any one of those teams can beat each other any given weekend. And it's just, can you make one more play than the other team? And Mizzou's proven to have done that with Brady Cook. Let's see if our new quarterback can do it as well. They had SEC podcast who has more content than anybody on the planet. I know Tim's not high on him.
Yeah, I've unsubscribed.
But they had this guest that's like a win percentage. It takes into account your recruiting rankings and how many wins you have. And Missouri was number 1 in the SEC on that.
So, Doug, number 1 in the SEC.
And Brady Cook some credit there.
Right.
And Brady Cook was 6 for 8 on Saturday in mop-up time. Let's go.
Look at this.
I think he's going to win the Jets starting job.
No, I'm hoping he can be 3rd string. That's what he's going for.
James, are you playing on Friday? I love seeing you pee your pants under pressure. That's from the worst.
Oh, come on, Wacko.
He actually did see that.
It actually happened?
Well, no, I didn't pee you remember my tee shot about 6 weeks ago?
Oh, yeah. Okay, yes. I was worried.
So you know the Worsen Woods Wacko, is that correct?
Yes.
So you know that his source is impeccable, and Sam Horn is your starting quarterback.
I'm still wondering, doesn't KG deserve like an IQ test with his daughter? Is that ever going to happen? Or is that against Iggy? I was all hyped up for that.
Gluten-free perk, I think, was involved somehow.
Yeah, we could never get them together.
Not for a lack of effort from our esteemed colleague over here.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, he was out there on boots on the ground trying to get it done.
But knowing WWW, do you think there's a chance that he has some intel?
I actually kind of do.
Okay, I'm just curious on that.
Ruin me.
Kind of do, and. But Gabe does as well, and Gabe says 60-40, and maybe I think he was quoted as saying
60-40 on Prbula.
He was saying he might even go higher than that this morning in the 10 Thoughts. So Gabe would be surprised if anybody not Bo was named the starting quarterback. But he also thinks that both quarterbacks, if all things go well against Central Arkansas, are getting meaningful snaps.
Yes.
Remember in 2023, Sam Horn got the second half to hand off. You know, because that's not going to give us any insight on what kind of ability he has. And so hopefully
I could totally see Drinkwitz in that first game saying, well, we're going to play them both, and we're getting close to a decision, just to kind of mess with Kansas, as if I don't know that really does anything, but that's how coaches think.
Sure.
I could see him doing that.
Hey, James, don't feel bad about your story about Club Vogue. Do you remember when Libby Papers was dancing with himself at Tin Roof? That's some big time. Jackson has said over and over again that's a false story.
He can't even respond.
Yeah, he didn't have a microphone. James, always good to talk it over with you.
Take care.
There he is. That's James Carlton. Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency is my insurance agent. He has been since 2019. 4 to 25. 5-star reviews for James and his team. When you Google them, it's carltoninsurance.net. Take 30 seconds and call 314-961-4800, and it could be worth thousands of dollars in savings to you. I am so happy I made the switch. You make the switch to James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. Brad Thompson joining us next here on TMA 101 ESPN. TMA 101 ESPN. Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Martin Kilcoyne with you on the program. Jackson Burkett, DBA Movie Boy on the ones and twos. We'll have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day coming your way at about 10:45. So send yours in the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Brad Thompson going to join us on the Callier and Thompson phone lines in this segment. Martin, you know something about Design Air?
I love the fact that Doug Vaughn on a Sunday had a little issue with his cooling system, and he said, I'm going to get right on it. And where did he turn? Of course, Design Air, and they got it fixed, back up and running. That's the story we've been telling you for decades. If you have any issues, you go right to designairservice.com. That's the website to set up your appointment. Even if the air conditioning units are working properly, but you can tell it might need a little tune-up. Sometimes it's when you set the number there, you go for about a 68, and the room just doesn't get that cool. Something might be just a tick off. Have the pros come out. They will not sell you anything you don't need. They just don't do that. They even work with their employees to make sure that's not part of the deal. There's a reason. It's a fourth generation, Seth Goldcamp and his team making sure you're comfortable year-round inside your home. Longest-running sponsor of TMA for all your heating, cooling needs year-round. It's designairservice.com.
There it is, longest-running sponsor on TMA. It is our pleasure to welcome to the program Brad Thompson. Morning, Brad.
Good morning, gentlemen. By the way, I'm not getting paid by Design Air, but I will tell you that they have saved me as well over the years. Holiday weekend. So, yeah, look, Design Air is legit. And checks in the mail, I'm sure.
Look at that. Seth is sending a check.
Amazing company.
They're the best.
I like that. They really are.
Yes. How are you guys doing?
We're wonderful. And a lot of people are reignited with the hope, albeit, certainly still going to be difficult to make it happen. But at least maybe there's something to pay attention to with the Cardinals taking 2 or 3 from the Dodgers and 2 or 3 from the Cubs and 3.5 back of the wild card. That this thing might not be over. What are your thoughts after the weekend?
Look, we talked about it last week. You have basically top to bottom, a very young group, and especially with Arenado currently on the IL, you have guys that need to prove something, not only for this year, but fighting for jobs for next year. I don't see this being a group that is going to pack it in no matter what happens, no matter where they're at in the standings. And for a fan base, that should be exciting. Like, you got guys that are clawing for positions, that are fighting for at-bats, fighting for innings, fighting for roles. And when you're doing that on an individual basis, you got a chance to win a lot of ball games. So that's going to be the hope. Look, at the end of the day, we know this. You're going to go as far as your starting pitching carries you. You won 2 games over the weekend, and they were both good starts. McGreevy, good start. Sonny Gray, good start. The one that you lost was a game where Palante struggled. But I think that you're going to see a group that fights all the way to the end because they're young, and I don't want to borrow a Victor Scottism, but they are young and hungry. They are hungry at this point, and that is going to bode them well, I think, down the stretch.
Somebody mocked, probably me, earlier when we talked about Walker's home run on Friday, and I said he's been hitting well, he's been getting on base, but mostly singles, good average, but I said you want to see some power from him. So with your chance to get mocked, how important is it for him not only to hit, but also to show some power?
Look, I think that the power will come, but it's going to be, and this is across the board for young hitters, the power comes with a consistent approach, right? So if you're up there, if you're thinking about power, that's when you start falling into bad habits. That's when you start pulling that front shoulder out. That's when the hips start going early. Like when you're consumed by that, you do fall into some bad traits. So once you start hitting for average, once you're recognizing pitches, once you realize what the pitcher is doing to you, I do think that power continues to come, and we're starting to get a chance to see that right now. So it's just all of those good habits that he's been working on are now starting to come to fruition. It's fun to see. Again, man, this is such a young group. I did an event a couple of days ago. It was just a Q&A, and I got to interview David Eckstein, which we know you want to talk about somebody who got the most out of their skill set, right, and their physical abilities. So we were talking about the prime age of a hitter. We forget this is oftentimes 27 to 32. Like, we don't have too many hitters in their prime. We got a lot of young guys that really have not figured out who exactly they are yet. And we grow impatient as a fan base. I think we grow impatient, honestly, as organizations, where if a kid doesn't make it by 23, 24, 25, they give up and go on to the next guy that's not making a lot of money. But patience is going to be key for a lot of these young hitters.
including a guy like Nolan Gorman, who had the big game-winning hit last night. I suppose the next year or so is going to be big for him, too, as the Cardinals try to decide, is this the guy that's going to be an everyday player, or have we seen enough of him to know that maybe he's not?
No, you're right. It's enormous. And him staying healthy is going to be a big key. I mean, this is a young guy that's had some back issues already, but he's also a guy that a couple of years ago led your club in home runs. And when I watch him swing, his swing is at its best when he's using the whole field. And we say this a lot about hitters, but he doesn't have to hit a 450-foot home run to right field. He doesn't have to be pull happy. He is strong enough to pepper the ball all over the park. And when he stays on it, and we saw him he had an 0-2 hit on Saturday and laced the ball to left field. That's his best stroke. So if he is able to consistently stick with that approach, and then if somebody gives him a mistake middle in, his hands are fast enough to pull it, he's going to see a lot of success. And we're going to see what the playing time looks like down the stretch. Again, we don't know what the time frame looks like on Arenado at this point. We also don't know what the organization is thinking about when it comes to J.J. Weatherholt, who has been tearing up AAA. Are they going to try to give him a nod? If they do, that's going to take at-bats away from somebody, and that somebody could eventually be Gorman at some point, at least a few of those at-bats. But what he's doing offensively right now is kind of where he needs to be. It is really important, and I don't know organizationally. I'm sure this happens with every player. I'm sure that there are some that think they already know what he is. There are others that want to give him a little bit more runway. So it is going to be an interesting stretch and probably an interesting offseason for Gorman.
Brad Thompson, our guest here on TMA 101 ESPN and the TMA STL YouTube channel. You can watch the conversation right there. We were discussing this in the 7 o'clock hour. The Cardinal opponent, the Colorado Rockies, they are obviously having an historically bad year, and we were trying to figure out what the mindset is of free agent pitchers should the Rockies come knocking, because the franchise, while getting to the World Series in 2007, otherwise, it really hasn't been particularly successful. And one of the core issues is they can't get anybody to come there and pitch. Martin, did you dig up the numbers? And Jorge De La Rosa is the all-time winningest pitcher in the Rockies' 33 seasons. Is that correct?
We did a deep dive, and that is correct. It's not a long list of winning pitchers out there.
So we were trying to get inside the mind of somebody who actually pitched in the major leagues, what the reputation is for guys when free agency comes up, if the Rockies come knocking. I remember Mike Hampton made the choice to go there and following his 2000 season with the Mets, and that's also kind of where his career ended. So what is your perspective on the Rockies and whether or not it's salvageable?
Yeah, look, I think that as far as free agent pitching goes, you're just not going to get it. You're not going to get the top-end guys unless you overpay, and you know that they are not going to overpay. The ball does not move. It is an incredibly difficult place to pitch, and it's incredibly difficult not only just pitching, but recovering at the altitude. It's hard. So to me, to have success from a pitching standpoint, they have to draft it, and they have to develop it, and they got to be able to keep it in-house. Like, that's how you're going to do it if you're the Rockies. Like, you need to be built on power arms and speed, honestly. I know everybody thinks about power in that ballpark. You get killed in that park because singles dump in, the outfield is huge, and then you hit, you have that 3-run shot. But for a free agent starter to go there, you're going to be looking for a guy that is trying to resurrect his career, which, by the way, is not the easiest place to do it. It's almost like, all right, 4 or 5 teams, you fell through on a deal, and that is kind of your last place. So it's one where you give yourself a way better chance in other places, and we all know this, money talks. If you spend enough, that was Hampton, right? They spent a lot of money on him, and he ended up going there. But they have to draft it. Like, they have, but they're in a bad way right now. I mean, they have a very young team, a historically bad season right now. And when you look at the future, it ain't as bright as they would like it to be. So there is, I mean, just from a former pitcher standpoint, and, my career was not a great one. I had relative success, though, in Colorado, but for some reason, that would not be anywhere near the top of the list if you had the choice.
Yeah, why we also talked about why is it so hard to draft the right starting pitchers and develop them? It just seems like they're kind of few and far between now. I mean, really quality starting pitchers.
Yeah, well, I think that you have to have the right mix, right? You have to draft stuff. Like, stuff is a real thing as much as we hate it. Look, I love watching pitchers. I like watching guys that can manipulate the baseball, put it where they want to, have different pitches that they can throw for strikes. Got to be able to give both, right? So you're going out and you need to draft the talent, and then you have to have people in the organization that can mold them. I think that this happens across all organizations, especially with high picks, is that you're afraid to mess with somebody that you just gave a signing bonus of like $8 million to, and you just kind of let them do their thing. And these guys, because of their talent, because of their stuff, they roll through the minor leagues because they can just outstuff people. Then they get to the big leagues, and then there's a learning curve. I think that overall across baseball, we got to do a better job of teaching these guys how to pitch, how to best utilize their stuff, and that way they can kind of be a complete pitcher. But this is not a Cardinal organizational issue necessarily when it comes to starting pitching. This is just pitching in general. It's very volatile. Like, these aces are few and far between. And there's less of them in the game of baseball now, Doug, than I think ever before, right? And I don't know exactly the reason for it. And maybe it is kind of what we're talking about is guys just try to go outstuff you and don't even know how to use that stuff yet. But it is one of the hardest things to continue to develop and show up every fifth day and be that guy. So when you have one of those guys, there's a reason those guys make $35, $40 million a year once they start getting to that plateau, because it's like a unicorn, man. You find yourself an ace, then you're good to go. And, you know, if you're fortunate enough to have a couple of those guys, especially a couple of those guys that are organization guys that are not free agents yet, that have that are helping you out, you're in good shape.
They've gotten away from the September call-ups or they've changed the rules. It used to be like 20 guys just sitting on the bench. But do you think there's value, whether it's a Quinn Matthews a month from now or J.J. Weatherholt, who's been producing at a high level, do you think there's value in them getting up here, getting a little bit of a look before we start thinking about next season? Two guys who could very well be in the big league mix next year?
I think for both of those guys, there's incredible value. And now I don't have to worry about the other side of it, especially position player wise, of whose at bats is he taking away from? Because if Weatherholt is here, he's got to play, right? You're going to have that young man getting as many at bats as he possibly can. But yes, we saw it a couple of years ago, right? Mason Wynn came up and he looked overmatched offensively, right? Like, it was the end of the season and he just looked like, okay, this guy can pick it at the big league level, but who knows if he's going to be able to hit. Well, he learned from that. He learned what pitchers were doing to him. He learned the plan of attack against him. He learned what adjustments that he needed to make. And then going into the next spring training, he worked on all these things, and he had that mindset. He already kind of knew what it was going to look like. I think it's incredibly important if you could do that. If it's Quinn Matthews, and even if he pitches out of the bullpen for a little bit down the stretch, like just getting major league reps, knowing what it's like facing big league hitters in big league stadiums for guys that you think are going to be part of your future as early as next year, I think it's really important to get those reps in if you can.
Brad Dahl, it's always nice to receive compliments, and certainly, as you know from your years hosting here on 101 ESPN, the text inbox is always full of them. This one comes from Chairman Stephen Wildwood. Brad hosted the Q&A with David Eckstein, and Brad looks so cute.
Huh. Oh, thank you. And you know what? That means a lot sitting next to David Eckstein, who is adorable.
For heaven's sake.
What's wrong with that, Doug? He's a World Series MVP. Of course he's adorable.
We usually talk about ball players.
My gosh.
Oh, he is adorable. I just want to give him a big hug. So, yeah, tell him thank you very much.
There you go, Stephen Wildwood.
By the way, speaking of the text line, how's the 6-1 hate doing? Still positive?
I can't imagine you had the opportunity to listen to Friday's presentation, but we were having Miles Michaelis on the program in the 10 o'clock hour. He's doing his thing for Wainwright's Big League Impact. He comes on, obviously coming off of a rough start in Los Angeles, and the 6-1 hate, ya boy, said, I can't wait to listen to you guys get on your knees for Michaelis, get out the knee pads. And I said, you know what, 6-1 hate, I'm going to allow you to ask whatever questions you want of the Cardinal starter, and I will read them no matter how hateful they are. And he asked the question, and I read it to Miles Michaelis, how does it feel to know that you are keeping a young player from playing Major League Baseball by occupying a spot? And to Michaelis's credit, he answered the question. Great answer. And the audience wound up falling in love with Miles Michaelis because of the 6-1 hates question. How about that, Brad?
I love that so much. Look, we can turn negativity around.
That's
okay?
what we do.
You're not every. Yes, that's what you guys are all about. Our world is full of it. Okay, you're not going to be able to stop it. The 6-1 hate, obviously passionate. Probably texting in right now. I'm sure that he's probably not a friend, but probably a coworker is telling him if he's not listening. Doubt there's that many friends. But I think that that is a beautiful way to attack it. Right? Let somebody else. Miles Michaelis, as you guys. I mean, you guys know Miles really well. He's a great leader. He's a great teammate. I'm sure he handled it perfectly, and I love that. And I also, just for the 6-1 hate, I love you too. You're
gosh, Doug, look what's going on here. It's a love fest.
Your career, you kind of missed the social media stuff, didn't you? I mean, you didn't really have to face too much hate at times, did you?
Oh, no. Just verbally. People did it like, real grown-ups back in the day. I still remember walking around the Galleria Mall one time after an outing. I think I gave up a home run. Might have been Hanley Ramirez, lost the game. And I had a lady come up to me. She obviously recognized me. She goes, you were really bad last night. I go, all right, well, thank you. I'm trying. But, I appreciate the honesty. I knew that, but I'm glad that you doubled down on it. No, I don't envy these guys, honestly. With all of the reach that fans have, it's a double-edged sword, right? Like, there's some great stuff, and certain individuals, if you have other interests in life and other opportunities to make some money, social media is a great way to do it, and just connecting with fans in general. But you better have some thick skin nowadays because everybody's got to reach.
Well, I would imagine the majority of guys, especially the guys who have made a lot of money, can kind of go, yeah, I'm good on that. They might have an account, but they're probably not looking at it all that often. Outside of the Rockies, you get a chance to see the Yankees come to town this weekend. Boy, both teams in New York. Whew. I bet New York Sports Talk Radio right now, you combine with the anger over the Giants and the Jets and the recent debacle that is the Mets' 7-game losing streak and the Yankees and Aaron Boone catching heat. What are your thoughts on the Yankees who you're going to get to see this weekend here in St. Louis?
Well, first of all, I mean, you guys know this. The Yankees have a draw anyhow. So regardless of how they're playing, I got a feeling this weekend's going to have a buzz here at Busch Stadium. Oh, yeah. So that part of it is always fun. But you're right, that is a different beast. We are a very mild media market. Like Cardinals, the players, they have it pretty good, right? In New York, they will lay you out there, and I'm sure that each and every one of those guys on that roster, and obviously Booney, to your point, has been wearing it here as of late. But it's a great opportunity. Look, right now for the Cardinals, you guys know this, it really doesn't matter who they play. It's what they do. If they're doing their little things right, if the starting pitching is making their pitches, if your defense is making your plays, you got a chance. But it is going to feel different over the weekend against the Yankees. So I look forward to it. I look forward to the atmosphere, and hopefully come the following Monday, we can tune into some New York sports talk radio, and hopefully they're still really angry about what the Cardinals did to them.
Yeah, and maybe the Mets will be on a 13-game skid.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it would really be something if the Cardinals could maybe get a sweep against a lousy Rocky team and win a couple against the Yankees and be a game and a half out of the playoff spot here in a season that we really didn't expect much. And there were times we thought, well, this team is just terrible, and yet here they are, still with a chance.
That's what you root for, right? And that's what you want. And obviously, the expectations outside of the building far different than the ones internally, right? With the team, we've talked about this a lot. Regardless of what everybody thought that the Cardinals were going to be coming into this season, they believe that they can win, and it doesn't matter who they have, what trades they made, who came in, who left. This group kind of believes in themselves. So when you have a group like that, like, they can be dangerous. And as we talked about, when you have young players that are fighting for jobs, and you have players, and you can see it when you're watching the game, that are fighting for each other. Like, I love watching the reaction, little stuff, but like a ground ball to the right side to get a runner over, and everybody's top stepping and giving the guy high fives. Like, they're playing winning baseball. And if you continue to do that down the stretch and your young guys continue to grow, and in a season like this, that's what you're looking for, right? That's how you deem like how well this team is doing. Do your young guys continue to get better? got a chance to be dangerous. So great opportunity, Doug, as you mentioned, with the Rockies who've been scuffling in town. But it's less about the Rockies and it's more about you. Do you execute pitches? It's Miles Michaelis on the mound. Does Miles go out there and do his thing, give his team a chance, and do they make all the plays behind him? We're going to find out. But it is going to be fun down the stretch. It's got a chance to be a lot of fun. And the Cardinals have a chance to prove a lot of people wrong with a young core if they keep doing their thing.
Final thought from Steve in Wildwood, who said you looked wonderful next to David Eckstein. Also, I would like to say Miles is handsome with a hot body, not cute like Brad or adorable like Eckstein. That's Steve in Wildwood. And for the record, Brad, he was our TMA Listener of the Year in 2023. So he has a lot of credibility with that observation.
No, they carry some real weight, and it's hard to push back on that. He's got that manly mustache that I've been trying to grow out for 43 years. I just end up looking. If I let it go for more than a day, I start looking like a catfish. I'm not going to be able to pull that off.
That can be hot. That can be hot. Everybody's saying this.
Maybe it depends what you're into. Some women are into wispy, so that could end up being a thing. But no, I think that carries a lot of weight there. That's a good observation.
Look at the Doug. It's a love fest, and it's full of positivity.
I guess so.
Brad, looking forward to the festivities. This could be a fun week. We'll see how the Cardinals can handle the Rockies and Yankees in St. Louis over the next week. Always enjoy the conversation, man. Thanks so much, Brad.
All right, fellas. Talk to you next week.
That's Brad Thompson with us here on the Callier and Thompson phone lines. Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn with you on the program. Martin had to bolt a little early today, and Chairman Kurt will slide into the dais here for our 10 o'clock hour. Little Jackie Papers on the ones and twos. You can participate in the program by texting in 314-399-9646. And you can also email in for our Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today, which will come your way at 10:45. Missed anything? Go back and podcast via the Schaefer Door Company podcast. We've been joined by Chris Kerber, James Carlton in talking Missouri football, and Brad Thompson. Schaefer Door Company sponsor of the podcast, and Michelob Ultra sponsor of the YouTube chat. And you can always go back and watch the program on YouTube, and you'll see me wearing a sport coat that would fit an 11-year-old boy.
Really?
Yeah, that's when I go shopping for sport coats. I have to go to 12 and under, boys 12 and under.
You don't.
And so this is something I got secondhand after a kid graduated middle school.
You went to a thrift store and picked up a sport coat.
Yeah, there's a Laffy Taffy wrapper stuck in the breast pocket.
Oh.
That's correct. That's correct.
That a kid from grade school graduated, only needed the coat the one time, and you picked it up.
That's correct. And you can see it in the Laffy Taffy wrapper on the YouTube chat.
What size is it?
YouTube.com/TMASTL. Boys 11 for age 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
32 long.
Yeah. Once these youngsters hit puberty, though, the stuff's not going to fit me.
Right. And that's when you swoop in and get a bargain.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
The program's called TMA. It's 101 ESPN. September and October tend to be the best weather we get in the St. Louis area. Enjoy it outside by working with Aesthetic Design and Build. They've been building high-quality, custom decks and outdoor living spaces now for over 30 years. Dan and his team have a showroom in Chesterfield Valley, and they walk me through all the different types of custom work that they are capable of doing, from a full-on custom deck to adding on a pergola, or even looking to shade your covered patio with retractable screens. It's Aesthetic Design and Build online at aestheticdesignandbuild.com. Check out that showroom and let their expert team walk you through all the different outdoor solutions that they offer. They offer custom deck design, opening and closing pergolas and roof motorized shade and screens, and under deck ceilings. It's Aesthetic Design and Build. Outdoor living spaces expertly designed, online at aestheticdesignandbuild.com. Let them know I sent you their way at aestheticdesignandbuild.com.
This is Jackson with the SportsCenter update, driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. Mariners catcher Cal Raleigh hit his major league leading 45th home run in a 4-run first inning for the Mariners in their 6-3 win over the Tampa Bay Rays. Raleigh joins Ken Griffey Jr. as the only Mariners player to hit 45 home runs in the season. Griffey did it 5 times. That was another SportsCenter update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at Londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. You kidding me?
Did you like Unskinny Bop when it came out?
I don't recall it.
I've never really liked it, but I know it's very popular. And so what I say is some people like some things and some people
don't like other things.
That's actually what I was going to say.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now not Jackson's dancing.
Yeah.
Well, pretty good little song here.
Okay.
Big Blonde Dan is in the Michelob Ultra YouTube chat. That's youtube.com/TMASTL. And he says, boy, do I love it when Timmy wears a sport coat. Sharp-dressed man boy, winky face.
Oh.
Also, I love it when Doug takes his off. You have a sport coat and you took it off?
Well, I took it off to come to work today, yeah.
So you were wearing it to bed, then you took it off to come to work?
Yeah, I have a little suit of clothes I wear to bed.
I always dress erotically.
Right, how about that? I didn't have that drop, right?
Who knows? I have a whole bunch of sport coats that I never wear anymore. I needed them for TV for years. Now I got a whole closet full I never, ever wear.
Could you bring one? I'm in need of a sport coat. I have a suit jacket. I don't have a sport coat.
Like what color?
Really?
Yeah, no sport jacket. What color? Whatever you got.
Okay.
Not picky.
Just anything, huh?
Well, preferably not Navy. I have a Navy suit jacket.
Oh,
with gold buttons, like you're going to the pledge picture.
No, it's my Navy suit jacket is just like a pretty standard Navy suit jacket. Navy with gold buttons. While classic, I don't think is for me.
Goes with anything, though.
Sure, no doubt.
Hunchback of Von Castle's not happy. Why is Jackson dressed like a bum today? So show some pride at work, buddy. It's a Hunchback of Von
These are nice chinos. I'm wearing nice pant.
White T-shirt.
Nothing wrong with this. Is my A T-shirt, if we're being honest with you.
It's your A T-shirt, Doug. Do you grade your T-shirt?
I don't.
I did a load of laundry, and this is always my Ace, my Sunny Gray, and I threw it on and the ball cap. What do people want from me? Like, what do they want?
You do Movie Boy.
I do Movie Boy. I'm not.
Do you find Movie Boy's taking up a lot of your time?
Yes, but I love it.
That's what I sensed.
Yes, but I love it.
That's what I sensed.
Yeah, and if
we're in a cave.
Well, it takes up a lot of my time, but I thoroughly enjoy producing it and doing it all, so I have no problem with it. And it was my choice, so I don't complain about it. But I usually wear like athletic shorts, and I'm in like actual pants today. I thought I was doing okay.
And then to hear this criticism, it really
hurts.
stings.
I guess the shirt could be a little more ironed. I don't know. And nothing I can do to win.
No.
All I know is you were dialed in on Friday night for the Cardinals and Cubs. But then Saturday and Sunday didn't know anything about it.
Well, Saturday, I felt that it was Palante start. Cubs just got, shut out yet last night. Probably not going to go great for the Redbirds. And early on, that was evident. So, yeah, I didn't watch too much then.
So what were you watching, baby? What were you watching?
Saturday night, I was hanging with friends. So
oatmeal probably?
Well, oatmeal, not in town, which is a damn shame. I miss them.
Do they dress any better?
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
I don't think I'm dressed that poorly. Am I? I don't know. Who sent that in? Who didn't like the way I was dressed?
Hunchback of Von Castle's.
He's not high on a lot of things I do.
Yeah.
Your Sunny Gray shirt needs an early hook. That's from the unknown DJ.
Oh, no. Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yep. Bunch of guys who aren't assigning their real names to their opinions.
Oh, Doug, it sounds like you're getting support for somebody to use government names. Jackson's joining your side.
No, I just don't view them as people. Because if you don't have a person's name, then you...
If you don't have a person's name.
Yeah, if you don't have a person's name, then your opinion is that of a faceless screen name. And that's fine. I will take criticism like that with a grain of salt.
Mm-hmm. I would say don't take it at all.
There we go.
So what do you do? Block them?
Blocking! Yes. The next text that comes in questioning your wrinkled T-shirt, we're going to block them.
Somebody just sent in a video of Vince Neil performing Girls, Girls, Girls in Bethel, New York. Doug, that was on August 3rd of this month. Apparently, I guess the audio is wonderful. Jackson, I don't know if you're...
that's a dangerous game.
Well, I'm not saying just pull it without playing it, but maybe we can have that since you're having a big...
So it's like a video of a concert. It's going to sound awful. It's going to be loud and unintelligible. Oh, okay. All right. But you know what? I'll try.
Have you guys talked about how Tommy Fleet can't close out a tournament? It's getting tough to watch, especially after they play a montage of him finishing second. I was out on Saturday... was with my older son, who, for whatever reason, and I don't really know why, I'm guessing it's the hair, has loved Tommy Fleetwood going back to 2020, and he's only 7, so I don't know what that's all about. But I said to him, and we were around some people, I said, "Hey, look who's leading. Tommy Fleet might finally win a tournament." And then the guys I was around are like, "No, he won't. He's got the reputation, Doug, for wetting himself on Sundays when he has the lead. And sweet mother of mercy, did it happen again yesterday afternoon. The Tam Avenue Capital Partners, and I know you monitor us. We are publicly traded now.
Sure.
We did have action on Tommy Fleet to win the tournament at plus 2,500 before the festivities got underway. It was a small taste. I'll be transparent with the audience because I think it's always good to talk about money. It was a $10 bet. I hope that doesn't make me unrelatable.
It's a lot of money to be thrown around.
Thank you. So would have paid $250, kind of giving you an idea of the size of bets that the Tam Avenue Capital Partners make. And I was watching, and I was hoping, and oh my goodness, I felt terribly for Tommy Fleet. The first, I think, 11 holes was clear nerves. He rolled in a miracle putt, and it's like it reset his mind. And then he got it going. And then he had a par 5, 16 with players chasing him, including Justin Rose, J.J. Spawn, and Scotty Scheffler, and a par 5 that I think he had a driver 8-iron into, or maybe 7-iron. And he blew it over the green, and then with his chip coming back, he rolled it off the green. And that was something that everybody was either birdieing or eagling, and then he blew it on 17, and then it went to a playoff, and he didn't even get to the playoff. It was a J.J. Spawn U.S. Open winner. Justin Rose lost to Rory McIlroy in a playoff earlier in the year, and he mounted a Sunday charge and becomes the oldest player to ever win a signature event on the PGA Tour.
See, Fleetwood shot a 69, so he didn't have a horrible day. He just didn't make the shots when he needed them.
Yeah, he just gets, I think he gets tight, and it sucks to see. It's kind of, Jackson's shaking his head. Is you shaking your head because of Fleetwood, or are you shaking your head because of the text you're reading?
Text. Please continue on.
Are they still on the T-shirt, or they're off to Fleetwood now?
People are awful.
T-shirt.
It's the general. Here's what I would tell you. If you found it very difficult to watch Ricky Ankiel when he was having troubles on the mound, maybe you saw little Steve Sachs way back when, or Chuck Knobloch. Who else had issues? Doug Mackey Sasser throwing it.
Yeah.
Then that's what I think it's in between the ears, and it's an awful thing. And you feel badly for him because he's a super likable guy, great player, but it's rough, and it sucks. I feel badly for him.
Yeah, and then that becomes your reputation.
Yes.
And then you have to fight that, and then it's not fair, really.
Yeah,
he did win $1.1 million yesterday, so...
I don't think financials are a concern.
He's got the most career earnings of players to never have won a tournament.
How much has he won?
A little bit north of $30 million.
Oh, jeez. Such a poor guy. Yeah, hopefully he'll get over it.
Wow. Just looked at YouTube. That T-shirt Jackson's wearing is truly awful. It's Harrison's.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to get past that now. It just is.
They think they
found hard to come up with any other subject.
They think they found a wobbly boxer, and they're trying to land the punch that puts him down on the mat. But I won't. I won't go down.
You're not going to get him. You're not going to get this guy.
In all honesty, I thought this shirt wasn't as wrinkled, and it's clearly a little wrinkled. Not my best.
This guy says, "Are you sure it's your A shirt? It kind of looks like your Eric Fetty shirt. You should DFA it."
Okay. All right. Good stuff. No, listen, I'm not going to go down. It's funny.
Hang in there.
Fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Big Tough wants you to bring in the Sleepless in Seattle T-shirt.
It's in my car.
Oh. Maybe do
Always
that for the
keep it
next
on you.
segment.
Yeah, I always got to have it with me.
Yeah. Email in for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. That's coming up later here in our 10 o'clock hour. Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Chairman Kurt sliding into the dais when Martin goes to onboarding, and little Jackie Papers with you on the program. The program is called TMA. It's on 101 ESPN. Thought we were going to hear Vince Neil and Girls, Girls, Girls from Bethel, New York, August 3rd, 2025.
My bad.
I've never been more angry.
So that was on the text line?
Yeah,
I can't get to that. Not to play audio-wise. I can read the text line, but...
Okay. Well, somebody sent in a tweet.
Oh.
So it's a link to a tweet.
I see what you're saying now. Yeah, I guess I could get that up.
See how that goes. All right, it's TMA 101 ESPN, 10 o'clock hour. Doug, you like a guessing?
Well, I don't mind a good guessing game.
Sports Illustrated has come out.
That's that Sports Illustrated junk again. Doggone it. One guy been told you got to fill some space, man, and so he's going to come up with a poll of the top 70 college basketball teams of the 1980s, and I've got to figure out who that is. Is this what the guessing game is going to be?
Why do you say that? That's not fair.
Okay.
This is the top 25 games since 2000 in college football.
Oh, since 2000.
And if Patino was in here, we're talking Italian special. We're talking rigatoni, marinara.
Top 25 games since 2000. And just off the top of my head, I'm supposed to just spit these out. I can't help you.
I mean, you got to do show prep.
I like people to not count on me.
Oh, gosh.
Chuckles, T. Marlowe, AI. Doug, do you think Missouri had any games in the top 25?
No. I couldn't imagine they did.
I mean, what about Armageddon at Arrowhead, 2007? For number one in the country?
It'd be the only possibility. But I don't think that's going to make someone's top 25.
The battle with Manziel, and was that 13?
Henry Josie's broken free.
Yeah.
And he's running all the way to Atlanta for the SEC championship game. Hello again, everybody.
Hello.
That was a great game.
The Texas USC game, what was that, an Orange Bowl game for the national title?
Rose Bowl. Yeah.
That's the number one game.
Oh, is it really?
You can
He
do
nailed
this.
it.
Okay, there's
He
the
nailed
one.
it. Vince Young and the confetti falling all over him.
For the record, Missouri and Illinois do not appear on this list.
The Iron Bowl game where the guy returned the kickoff for a
That's
touchdown.
number 2.
Is it really?
Yes, we're going to do it. 23 more.
I don't have any more. Those are the 2 I had.
All right. $25,000 pyramid. Without giving the names of the schools. Statue of Liberty.
Boise State and Oklahoma.
Yes!
Okay.
Here we go. Biggest upset of the 21st century.
Appalachian State beats Michigan. Okay.
Doug, you're nailing it.
Jalen Hurts benched.
Alabama beats that other club. Boy, they beat them. They came back and whooped them.
Same conference.
Yeah.
National championship.
Georgia.
Yeah.
Yes!
Okay. Oh.
Perhaps the biggest rivalry north of the Mason-Dixon line.
Michigan, Ohio State.
Yes, 2006.
Okay.
I've been Troy Smith. I've been the Troy Smith years for a while. That feels like the Troy Smith.
I think you're right.
Yeah. He did not
Bush
come out.
Push. You can see him every Saturday for some reason at 10 o'clock on Fox. I don't know why.
Also in Happy Gilmore, too.
Yeah.
I don't know. Bush Push.
Sued the Dome.
Not W.
Oh, Reggie Bush.
There you go.
Okay. And I got to come up with an opponent? I don't
It's
know.
Reggie Bush, you.
Cardinals are
Bush.
playing the Astros at the same time. In the NLCS.
I don't know. Can I have initials? USC against who? Notre Dame?
Yes!
Okay. God, this is exhausting.
Hunter Renfrow. Deshaun Watson.
Okay.
1 second left.
Hunter Renfrow. Alabama, Clemson?
Yes!
Okay.
It's all happening. You're going to do it.
Yes. We're going to go through 25 of these. I don't think my heart can take it.
Tim, keep panting and moaning. I'm about to bust. Doug, that's a Mr. Siders. He loves the list. He loves the fact that you're on this kind of heater here.
Mason win. This dude be bussin'.
The first ever overtime playoff game.
I don't know what it was.
Baker, the touchdown maker.
Okay, Oklahoma against what's initials on the other team?
Their kicker wore goggles.
Okay, that was Georgia.
Yes,
Mike Blankenship.
yes.
Okay, this has really tired me out.
And finally,
I'm so tired.
Oh, look at that! Look at this! Look at that! The clock struck midnight and the calendar flipped to a new year as the ball was in the air on the final play of this New Year's Eve classic.
I need something more than that.
I remember where I was.
How about that?
Just by that, you got it?
Yeah, it's in McGurk's. Watching it happen.
Does that help?
Okay, no, it doesn't.
How about
Jackson
both?
that you were drinking doesn't
Both
help.
these teams have been mentioned before in this list.
Yes,
Okay, well, they're going to have to be mentioned more before I get it.
Fake punt.
Did you say fake punt?
Yes.
Okay. Doesn't help.
Yep. Key play with the son of a former NFL star who the Rams should have drafted but selected Eddie Kennison instead.
If I'm not mistaken, the quarterback for one of the teams is now the quarterback of the Texans.
How about that?
Okay. I'm lost on this one, gentlemen.
Jackson was drinking at McGurk.
I was at
that's
McGurk's.
if you don't know what
that's
that.
right. So you were actually at McGurk's. You weren't at Duke's.
No, not in the
And
upstairs
that's supposed
bar.
to help me.
Yeah, if I was at Duke's, you would have nailed it already.
You're so close to having every 10. I mean, you knew them from memory.
Well, not this one.
Georgia, Ohio State.
Okay.
2022 Peach Bowl CFP semifinal, 42-41.
Stroud would have been the quarterback then, right?
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Because Fields had been the year prior.
Some guy writes in, this is elder abuse. And I think I agree.
That's from Jackson, Ma'am Danny.
Mom Donnie.
Oh.
Yeah, that nice reference to, yeah.
Doug and Tim need a cigarette after this segment. That's from the never-ending wipe. How is the Mizzou Ohio State Cotton Bowl not on the list? It's from Kurt's former coworker.
Oh, yeah. Luther Burden.
Yeah, I would.
But the Mizzou-Kansas game in Armageddon has a legit
if you're going to
argument.
put a Missouri game on there, that would be the one.
Agreed.
Now, if Missouri would have beaten Oklahoma in that game, but because it wasn't a blue blood, which goes back to what I was saying earlier on in the program. All right, the program is called TMA. It's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen on 101 ESPN. In 20 minutes, we're going to have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. So send yours in the morning after at InsideSTL.com, and that's how you can compete right now. Buck Swope leads the month of August, but the self-made stay-at-home Ledoux mom is lurking. She won $50 by winning the email of the day 2 Fridays ago, but then I had to Venmo it to a guy. So that was weird.
I've been trying to warn you this for a long time. They're all gentlemen.
What?
Every one of them. This particular guy was a steel worker out of Granite City.
But she has a monogramming business.
No, he does not. He does not.
He might actually.
He's been catfished.
Well, self-made stay-at-home Ledoux mom, then you might need mentality. Low energy, low motivation, fatigue, tired all the time, weight gain, muscle loss, especially belly fat, feeling anxious, moody, or irritable, lack of focus or mental clarity. Those are symptoms of low testosterone. Mentality is a local healthcare facility that specializes in helping men feel and perform at their very best. And Mentality focuses on free testosterone levels, which many doctors overlook, ensuring your treatment is tailored to your body. Mentality physicians have helped guys discover and address other health conditions during routine checkups. Go out there and get tested. It is super easy. I have done it. I recommend it. It is an easy process. You're in and out within 20 minutes. It's Mentality. Check them out at mentalityhealth.com/radio to find out more information. That's Mentality at mentalityhealth.com/radio. Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Jackson Burkett with you. Chairman Kurt on the dais when Martin goes to onboarding. You can email in for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. Coming up, it's TMA 101 ESPN.
This is what it sounds like when the rock stars hit 70.
I mean, this is a better video than it is audio. The video is Vince Neil. Vince Neil kind of just...
Gill is up there now?
Kind of just walking around with the microphone on the stand. Yeah. Doesn't look like he's all that much singing. More just, again, standing with the mic. But this is what the person sent in.
Okay.
Doug, it's not playing well in the text inbox.
I can't imagine it would.
It's awful.
I expressed my concern on the outset.
Yeah.
So
is it because the music is so bad, or that we had the gall to play it?
Well, I think the medium in which to play it, probably not the best.
There's still a lot of anger about Jackson's T-shirt.
Yeah,
you know what?
That. That kind of thing takes a while.
Not going to let it hurt me.
We had that guy from St. Peter's wore a wrinkled shirt to one of our events. He's not over it yet.
St. Peter's.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's like I've worn more wrinkled shirts than this. I can promise you that.
I mean, I've been standing across from you. Saw you this morning. Oh, I don't know, low about 650. Didn't think a thing of it.
Well,
I've seen the shirt before.
Well, you're a rational person, Tim.
It just kind of looks like a cool retro NBA shirt.
I appreciate you. Got from Target. No free ads, but got from Target.
It's a TMA 101 ESPN. The show's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn. Chairman Kurt slides in the 10 o'clock hour when Martin goes to onboarding and little Jackie Papers, who loved that Rascal Puff, with you here on the program. Doug, I'm going to give you a Sadie Hawkins here from Jackson's Stiefel dossier.
Okay.
Clearing the deck, Jackson has pet ownership statistics in 2025. Our dinner party's still a thing. Also, bumper stickers. People still got them.
That's what we have to discuss.
And then from 10-2, which is what we're in right now in the Stiefel dossier.
Okay.
Shams Charney admits insiderdom has forced him to walk out on dates. And then Jackson asks us, do you guys have any moments in your career like this where weird stuff with sports have gotten in the way of dates or other personal endeavors? Also, where is the strangest, funniest place someone has told you they love the show or your TV work? Doug, which one do you want to go with?
Bumper stickers, people still got them, is out there.
Okay, I guess bumper stickers.
No, I think the second one is better. Well, it's Doug's choice. What the hell am I talking about?
Yeah, it's a Sadie
I forget some of them. They're just so...
Excuse me?
So out there.
Thank you. It's kind.
Okay, how about the pet ownership thing?
Okay.
Pet ownership statistics.
I think this is going to fly in the face of something that you said earlier today.
So cats are not the number one pet now?
No, sir. Dogs are the most popular pet in the U.S. Boy, look at this. 65.1 million U.S. households own a dog.
This is according to who? What's the source?
Forbes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess that'll shut me up.
Forbes.
Well, what would have been a better source? Like BarkNews.com?
I don't know. I just remember it was a big deal a couple years ago where they said there are more cats in American households now than dogs.
66% of United States households own a pet. Dogs are the most popular pet in the U.S., followed by cats, and the ratio is 65.1 million to 46.5 million. Doug, coming in third place, freshwater fish.
Oh, gosh.
Millennials make up the largest percentage of current pet owners, 33%, followed by Gen X, 25%, and then baby boomers at 24%. In 2022, Americans spent $136.8 billion on their pets, up nearly 11% from 2021. Essential dog expenses cost an average of $1,500 annually. 42% of dog owners and 43% of cat owners got their pets from a store, while 38% of dog owners and 40% of cat owners got their pets from an animal shelter or rescue. Doug, that's pet ownership per Forbes.com.
Just really nice. Just a really nice article. Okay. I've never gone into a store.
What about Pass Pets?
Bought it.
You ever heard of Pass Pets?
Probably at some point.
All right. You just said I can play it back for you. You just said you've never really gone into a store.
Well, I mean, I didn't finish the sentence. And bought.
I don't have the time.
And bought a dog.
Where did you get that little hue and tinsel?
I know, it was a surprise. A breeder. My parents got it a breeder. We had no idea she was so loose.
And hopped her up on ecstasy.
We didn't know she was loose with her morals.
More than half of pet owners, 51%, consider their pets to be as much as a part of the family as their as a human family member.
Yeah, I can see that. And it said baby boomer numbers were down. That's because at some point you kind of get tired of the responsibility of having a dog, I think.
You just want to watch prices, right?
You just want to be able to travel and go whenever you want without worrying about a dog.
How about this, though? Hamster, guinea pig, which I would consider gerbil probably in that same family. Baby boomers, 6% pet ownership. Gen X, 5%. Millennials, 15%. Gen Z, 30%.
Gen Z loves gerbils.
Yep, we are seeing a major uptick in the gerbil
Good for Gen
community.
Z, because we do not kink shame, and that is great that 1 out of 3 members of Gen Z love gerbils.
Do you know anyone that owns a gerbil?
No. And if I did, that would be the last time I interacted.
Just a rat.
I grew up with a guy that owned a ferret, and his house smelled absolutely atrocious.
Yeah,
terrible.
That's the biggest red flag of them all.
I have a niece who's a veterinarian, loves all kinds of animals. She's got 2 prairie dogs.
Prairie dogs?
Prairie dogs.
Is that an indoor or outdoor pet?
It's indoor. Outdoor, they'll run away on
I
you.
was thinking. Now, that's not a meerkat that they burrow.
No, this is a prairie dog. It's in a
So they don't
cage.
burrow. Okay.
No.
They make any noise?
Where does one acquire a prairie dog?
I guess as a vet, you've got connections
Yeah, I'm
to
sure.
do these kind of things.
Yeah.
She had to go clear to Thailand to figure out how to take care of elephants.
Oh, really? That was probably pretty awesome, I bet.
Well, not where she had to put her hand, wasn't that
Well,
awesome?
no, yeah. Probably shoulder deep.
Hey, Jackie.
Oh, God. Yes?
Take a look at what all the other hosts, including KG, are wearing today. Then see what you're wearing. It's a generational difference. Dress for the job you want, bum. That's from Harrison's brother.
We can try to change the topic.
Send in 8 more texts about my T-shirt because they're so funny. I'm sure they'll all get read. Send 8 more in.
You about ready to walk out of the studio?
Nope.
Okay, good.
No, my feet are firmly planted, brother.
This guy's got episode 5 of Movie White coming up.
Yep, talking weapons.
I just feel like no matter what else we talk about, we're going to get back to the T-shirt eventually.
No, I'm going to do a count. I'm going to count how many times
Okay.
we texted them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
text
7,
Bill real
8, 9 texts about my T-shirt. One
From
read.
Harrison's brother, Matt.
Oh, from just one guy?
Yeah. And he's calling me a bum. Just want people to take
Why don't
stock.
you block him?
No.
Let's block him.
Hey, listen.
Block him.
Every Batman needs a Joker.
Think about that, Doug. Every Batman needs a Joker. Would Magic Johnson have been as big as he was without Larry Bird?
Maybe. I mean, Michael Jordan didn't really have a Joker,
Bad
did he?
Boys. Bad Boy Pistons.
Bad Boys.
I don't know about that.
Bad Boys into
He
the
was
glove.
he was just so good against
Yeah, I mean, he
everybody.
was, yeah.
If you were the local sportscasting Larry Bird, who was your Magic Johnson in the area? Did you have like a rival that really pushed you to be your best?
I don't know. Probably all of them, I guess. No, I never really felt in those terms. When you're at the top of your game, you don't really worry about the competition.
Nice. What is that thing that people like to quote on social media? Lions don't worry about the opinions of lambs.
Oh,
Sheep.
Sheep. That's so sick.
It really
I
is.
asked earlier what mutton was, and it is sheep.
How about that?
It is
So,
sheep.
kind of ties in.
Okay. I have a hard time eating that.
Sheep?
They're just so nice little animals. How are you going to eat a sheep?
What about a lamba?
I don't want to eat a lamba, especially not a lamba.
Lamb is so good. Delicious.
Especially at that Polly Bottos.
Is it? They serve it on the bone, Tim?
Yes.
That's when it's really good. All flavor up in there.
T-shirt. That's from Illini Lance.
Yeah, what is that? I see that text. Illini Lance, you're saved in there, so no need to send. No need to send in
People
the
are
name.
just writing the word T-shirt because they know it'll upset Jackson.
No, I'm okay.
It feels like you're bristling.
No, but I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna come in dressed better tomorrow.
Good on you for exposing Harrison's brother Master for the goober he is. 9 texts regarding my boy's shirt. Get a life! Maybe throw that tea in the dryer for a few minutes before you throw it on next time, Berkey. Some sweet guy. He couldn't help himself.
Yeah,
he couldn't have too brute.
Snuck in a little backhand. Okay, hey, I'll dress better tomorrow. I'm trying my best here, man.
Sam Horn, starting quarterback reporter, Warson Woods Wacko, says Sharkle House has a great rack of lamb with mint jelly.
I would never order it.
What about with the mint jelly?
It's not the jelly. I'm never ordering lamb.
Get that rack of lamb over at Paulie You'll never forget it.
What about veal?
I'll eat it if it's put in front of me, but I wouldn't order it, I don't think.
I have never heard Jackie Papers get pissed off. This is amazing. It's from the 314.
First of all, I've been much more pissed on this program.
About what?
I can't even think about anything that you got pissed off about. Like when we do remotes.
Yeah.
But you're not mad at the audience then?
No. I'm at the world in those moments. I've gotten much more pissed on this before on this show. I'm not upset at all, honestly. I understand that my T-shirt looks a little wrinkled. What are you going to do?
The guy sent in a picture of what a T-shirt's supposed to look like. It's not wrinkled at all. It's on a hanger.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure everyone has their thoughts and opinions. Just trying to do my best day by day, plug away.
Look at this guy.
Keep grinding.
Like talking to Quinn Snyder.
You're not going to win every single battle, you know? Sometimes people are just going to get one over on you.
Send your emails in the morning after at InsideSTL.com for our Design Air heating and cooling email of the day. That is coming up in the next segment. BK and Ferrario at the top of the hour. Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Chairman Kurt, Jackson Burkett with you. It's TMA 101 ESPN. Tim McKernan here for Universal Windows Direct. It is going to be hot again this weekend. It was brutal in the month of July. Well, this is where Universal Windows Direct can help you out. We have been feeling the heat this summer, and if your windows aren't doing their job, your cool air is going right out the windows, literally. That's why now is the time to call Universal Windows Direct for their buy two windows, get two free offer. The best part is you will pay no interest for over 5 years. Their super spacer technology will keep the hot air out and then keep that cold air in. Call 314-334-2522, 314-334-2522, or visit universalwindowsdirect.com to schedule your free in-home estimate today. Once you feel the difference, you'll be saying what I say. I love my windows.
This is Jackson with a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cardinals win last night, taking 2 of 3 from the Chicago Cubs. Cardinals are back in action tonight, taking on the Colorado Rockies. 6:45 p.m. first pitch. Miles Michaelis toeing the slab for the Redbirds. That was another Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer. I like that little part there.
CMA 101 ESPN. Program is presented to you by Brown and Crouppen, Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Little Jackie Papers. Chairman Kurt has gone to tend to Sound Story responsibilities. So, Doug, we will have 3 voters for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day coming up. You can email in the morning after at InsideSTL.com anytime you would like. For the Tim McKernan Show podcast, you can email me at tmckernan@InsideSTL.com, TMCKERNAN at InsideSTL.com. Erotic stories are preferred, but hate mail is also welcomed. Questions on any topic also welcome for QFTA T. McKernan at InsideSTL.com. Doug, are you ready, and do you want it?
I guess I'm ready as I'm going to be. I don't know how much I want it, but I'm ready.
Time for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. Hey, Buck Swope, your leader with 2 wins so far this month. Hold on a second. Harrison's brother, Master.
Oh, nice.
Tim, I went back and looked. Jackson was wearing an even worse shirt on Friday.
Oh, no. This is going to be a thing now, isn't it?
Now you get nothing from me. I'm just going to sit here.
That was it? That was the straw that broke the camel's back?
Don't give Harrison's brother the satisfaction papers.
I don't know how I can't, just by opening my mouth, just existing. He makes him giggle.
First time listening, but I've always loved playing sports, especially rugby and field hockey. Growing up, I didn't like playing with dolls like the other girls. I liked Tonka trucks and wearing hard hat and safety vests. Doug, that's from Midge.
Midge.
It's going to be tough to beat that number.
She enjoyed wearing safety vests and playing with Tonka trucks.
Well,
okay.
That is somebody who went out and posted a number the rest of the field is going to be able to chase down.
Well, 600 if you ask me.
An ode to Piddles. A wrinkle in time. Mental health days with my gerbil in my suffocating cocoon. Stay cute. That's from the TMA Troubadour.
Haiku?
I think it might have been.
TMA Troubadour. It's kind of hard to spell troubadour.
I want to go Troubador.
You think it's an O or a U?
Troubador. Troubadour.
Yeah.
Feel good about that.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Okay, good, Tim.
First of all, thank you, Tim. For you are the sun at the center of our galaxy, pulling us toward your warmth and light, giving us life and reason to rise every morning.
Reason to rise. You're the reason this person wakes up.
He's the reason for the season.
Amen. Story time, 2019 Mizzou. Amateur/dad night at Club Vogue. Unskinny Bop just blaring out the speakers as he peeled off his sports coat and exposed his khakis. They were standing up like a soldier at attention. I know how the game's played, so I sheathed him with dollar bills.
Sheathed?
I don't know if that's the proper use of the word. Showered might work.
Yeah.
Sheathed. I don't know. But I still am enjoying it. To my surprise, he said, how about I give you a private dance? Comped. Before it was all said and done, I had received a master class in the Greek arts. That's from Ben, and his last name's Gulpin.
Ben, and his last name is Gulvin.
Dad night at Club Vogue is an unbelievable visual.
Like big gulp.
Oh, I see.
Super big gulp if you're keeping an eye on your weight.
Okay.
And finally, new to St. Louis. And boy, oh boy, the Catholic school drop-off line is a real look-at-me parade for these parents. Is that true? Is that a thing?
I don't think
I
so.
feel like we've heard stories about it before.
Well, that's because people think Mr. Licks is in charge of the Our Lady the Pillar pickup line.
What are you supposed to do? You drive the kid in the car and you drop him off.
There isn't much going on, right?
Do you think people get their car washed beforehand?
I doubt it. I doubt it.
I don't know.
I'm used to drop kicking my kid out the door, but this is a whole new experience. It's 7:42 a.m. at St. Aloysius or St. Alphonsus of the Perpetual Lease Lexus. There's a patron saint of a lease Lexus?
I wouldn't think so.
It's 7:42 a.m. at St. Alphonsus of the Perpetually Leased Lexus.
They just keep leasing.
Wordy.
They never buy. They just continue to lease.
What are their school
A lot of people
colors?
do that.
And the drop-off line is already stacked too deep down the access road. West County's finest of finasteride and leased German metal. Parker's dad is in front of me in his company car. Solid handshake and a 3-time participant in Cardinal fantasy camp.
Nice stats.
But he unloads his kid like he's packing a parachute for Normandy. Strap check, hair check, shirt talk, pep talk. There are pep talks at carpool?
Great day to be
that
great.
there might be, yeah.
Really?
Well, the kid doesn't want to go to school, especially a lot of them going back to school today, aren't they?
Probably, yeah.
My neighbor swears she saw Parker's mom using a debit card at Napoli a couple months back. Not sure what's going on there. Bruxton and Declan's mom in the Matt G-Wagon is parked at a dead stop, hazards blinking as she climbs into the back seat to hand feed the twins granola bars and straighten their collars. Lane's frozen solid, but nobody honks. Public confrontation is frowned upon in tithing circles.
Tithing circles.
They own all the ATMs at the Chaminade roundabout off Lindbergh. Old money family. Oliver's moms always ride together in their Subaru. They rocket up the outside lane and drop him curbside without lifting their Oakleys. Kids barely out the door before they're headed to Ameristar for the all-you-can-eat pastry buffet at the Falcon Diner. That's from Riot's dad, school drop-off line survivor.
Riot's dad, school drop-off line survivor.
That's correct.
They're naming kids Riot?
R-H-Y-A-T-T. I have not seen that name.
Yeah, that sounds like Riot.
That's so cruel to do that to a kid.
Doug, there it is. That is the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. The question left for us now is what you got.
I feel like even though she's a little confused, I think Midge still brought it strong, and I'll vote for Midge.
I'm with Doug. Midge.
Midge has won the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. Again, first time listening, but I've always loved playing sports, especially rugby and field hockey. Growing up, I didn't like playing with dolls like the other girls. I liked Tonka trucks and wearing a hard hat and safety vests.
Email ends.
Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect length. Perfect little story.
It's a winning email if I've ever heard
Paint a
it.
little picture in our minds.
And has won the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. Congratulations to Midge. Doug, BK, and Ferrario are coming up next. Time for us to shut it down. For Jackson Burkett, for Chairman Kurt, for Martin Kilcoyne, for my brother Kevin, for Douglas Elvin Vaughn, I'm Tim McKernan. This has been TMA, presented to you by Brown & Crouppen on